Hello! Welcome to Night's Arcade. I'm Sleepless Night. We are just a one-off today, just for something a bit different, and because I got bogged down and so we're playing Red Dead Online today, just, for a change, just for something a bit different to do. I just thought it's a game I can chill out in, and, I know my way around well enough that I don't really have to. But it was between this and a couple of other things, like The Flame in the Flood, which I really enjoyed when I played it. Ashish, hi! Welcome! Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the arcade. Yeah, so I don't normally play Red Dead Online on stream. Many of you who know my channel well will know that I've played Red Dead Redemption, the single player, a lot. I've made an ultimate review of it. I made a ton of videos about it when I was playing it. It's, I would say, probably my favorite video game of all time, possibly between that and Elite Dangerous, which is maybe a weird combo, but between those two, I would say it's a toss-up between those two for my favorite video game of all time. So, and I've played Red Dead Online quite a bit. You're one of the best reviewers on YouTube. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Ashish. Very nice of you to say so. Welcome to the stream. Hey, partner. I'll be lurking as I'm knee-deep in a D&D session. Oh, are you guys playing D&D? What on... are you doing like a different one, or are you doing it with KZ and the gang? KZ and the gang. That's a 70s band name, if ever I had one. Yeah, so, I've played a lot of Red Dead Online. What level am I now? I don't know, like 70 or something. I don't know, something like that. So, not obviously not as much as a lot of other people we know, but hey, let's go pick up our stuff from the post office. Now, you'll have to excuse me a minute as well, because I'm also... Whee! Braithwaite Bell. Okay, thank you. Collect. Oh, I haven't got anything else to collect. That's weird. Shaq has joined our group too. Yes, I'm with the gang. Cool. Well, say hi to the gang for me. Yeah. Yes, I know there are new challenges available. I'm going to check out what they are in a minute. Don't worry about it. Hey, Kex, how you doing, buddy? How are you, sir? Oh, right. So, in case you're sort of joining and wondering why, it's going to take me a minute because I've just actually finished, I guess about 2-3 weeks ago, I finished a run of playing Red Dead Online every day for like a month. But sometimes I'd only be in here for like half hour. It was just to get my dailies. I was trying to keep my gold multiplayer up and get my dailies by doing at least one of my dailies every day. But I was also trying to do other stuff, so I didn't really have time to play. I just came in to get my dailies and keep my multiplayer up. But then when it resets at the beginning of the month, you get a bit of a reward, but basically then it resets, so your multiplier goes down to 0, which always baffled me. You'd think they'd want to keep people in, wouldn't you? You'd think. I always wondered this about Red Dead Online. You'd think, people are in there to keep their gold multiplier up. You'd think they'd want to keep you coming, but I guess they want you to buy gold, so they can't keep doing that. I mean, even if it stayed at the level it is at the end of 28 days, that'd be fine. I wouldn't need it to go any higher than that, but when it resets to 0, it's like, well, that doesn't really encourage you to keep it going. Eat my fill of Chinese, so can't complain. Hey, Minnie P, how you doing, buddy? So, yeah, since I didn't have anything planned. And Baron, there he is, look. Yeah, so those of you who've been keeping up with the channel, or do, I know that I've been working on that Valhalla Ultimate Review for that Assassin's Creed Valhalla Ultimate Review for a long time. Now, it normally takes me a long time to do an Ultimate Review, but that one took longer than it normally does because... I've explained this briefly before. There are a lot of other things to it, but basically, as I play a game, if I'm planning to make an ultimate review of it, as I play a game, I capture bits of video as I'm going along. And I did that in Valhalla so that I go, oh, that's a good bit, that'll work, you know. Oh, I want to show that in the review, or, you know, I make notes as I'm going along, so I'm like, oh, well, that's something that I want to point out, so I'll capture a bit of that video. And then, you know, I've got but the thing is, to save me from trolling through hours and hours and hours of video as I used to. Hey, HJ, welcome, buddy. Yeah, to save me from trolling through hours and hours of video like I used to do when I was making Ultimate reviews, nowadays I clip like a minute long video on the Xbox. And I've done that for the last couple of reviews. Unfortunately, this was the first time I'd done that on the Xbox Series X. And whether it was the Xbox Series X or whether it was the game itself or some other issue, I don't know what it was, but I lost about 70% of the clips that I made. Consequently, I had to go back in and like capture a bunch. So I've been playing Valhalla a lot again over the last 4 weeks, trying to recapture videos. And because I didn't trust that to do it, I was back to recording a lot of it at a time on my little 4K capture. So, you know, that it took a little time. Consequently, even though I've played a lot of Red Dead again lately, I've now, look, see, I'm pressing in the left thumbstick to run now, because I've been playing nothing but Valhalla for the last few weeks, trying to grab captures. So I keep doing that to run, and of course you don't do that in Red Dead. Where's Dave? Oh, and you don't do that to call your horse either. See, I'm on Valhalla controls. Go on, Dave. Where's Dave? What was the area, by the way, Maple? If you're actually... Oh, look, I should check out what my dailies are, really, shouldn't I? And actually just aim to do some of the dailies. Alligators killed. See, I can't remember the last time I played Red Dead even for half hour where I didn't shoot a gator. Anthony Foreman missions. Canned food. Pretty sure I got a bunch of that. Distance travelled on a mount. That's easy enough. Smallmouth bass. I don't know if I can be bothered to do that one. Visit a shop in Valentine. Well, let's go that way. Let's get our distance travelled on a mount. Why is that reset? And go to Valentine while we're at it. Oh, what's in the... What new stuff have I got? Horsey. Yes, that's Dave. Dave the horse. 30% off selected poncho. These are all the same as I had before. I don't bother about that. Right, let's go into the map. Haven't played Red Dead Online at all. Dave the horse. Dave, yes. Dave. What was the name of my horse before this? Where's Pilot and KZ? They'll know. What's the name of my horse? Like, I only recently got rid of him. What's the name of my horse before this one? Tim. Tim the horse. Date the horse. Yeah, Tim was my previous horse. I have a tendency to give my mounts... Everybody takes it too seriously. You know me. Come on, HJ, you've played with me enough now. I was thinking that before clicking. It was going to be RDR. Yeah, there you go. Welcome, Vlad. Are you okay, buddy? Thanks for everybody actually who's commented on the review already today. Thanks for your kind comments. That one actually did take a little bit more out of me than they normally do. Ultimate reviews are a pain. When I make them, I love making them because I love the editing process. I enjoy it, but I don't make that many because of the time it takes. But that one actually did take quite a bit out of me this time. It took a long time. Because of all the mess-ups with the video, I had to go and do a whole bunch of stuff all over again. I didn't need to do it. It's just because I love video editing that I didn't need to, but I went in and I used a couple of slightly more high-tech editing techniques in one or two of the areas. Where am I going anyway? Oh, I want to go to Valentine. This is the right way. Yes. Let's go Valentine. Since we've got to go there anyway. Let's go and visit Valentine. And then we'll see where the bounties need to be collected from today. For the dailies. But yeah, you're so laid back when we play. I saw your review of Kingdom Come Deliverance and never regretted to buy the KCD. Subscribed to you since then. Of Elite Dangerous also and looking to buy RDR2. Excellent, Ashish. Glad to hear it. Most of the people here, most of my regulars... Oh, talking about regulars, I haven't turned on the chat bot. Sorry, I haven't turned on the chat bot to do regulars notifications. Most of my regulars that are in here, or that do come in here, a lot of which are in, most of them are from the Kingdom Come community, because that's most of my community was sort of built around Kingdom Come Deliverance. And HJ in the chat there is currently still streaming. He was streaming it earlier on today. There we go. Haha. Spiff! How you doing, Spiff? I bet Spiff knows the Flame in the Flood, which is what I was going to play, the other real option that I was going to play today. Because I played it years ago, The Flame in the Flood, and it's great. I loved it, but I don't know why it occurred to me today. It's just because, like, apart from... So, normally, I've planned what I'm going to do on stream the day before. I haven't today because I've been working on that Valhalla Ultimate Review, and that took so much out of me. I was just so glad. I've never been so glad to get a video out the door as I was to get that one done. I was glad when that was done. It's like, I said, what shall I play on stream tonight? Amki said, Valhalla? I said, no. If I'd owned the physical copy of that game, I would have burned it now. I'm not going back in there. Not again. Not for quite some time. Oh, Discord. Thank you, Baron.
Must cover some ground on a horse like that.
I do cover some...
Get clear.
Shut up. There we go, Discord. Aye, I'll be going again tomorrow. Still a little bit pained by the ending. Even though that was the good ending. I don't actually... Oh, you don't know the Flame in the Flood? Okay. Someone didn't read his notes. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, I do... The channel's taken a massive slump, and I haven't done an Ultimate Review in ages, and I really wanted to get that one out the door, and, you know, I really do enjoy doing them. I love it, and it's you know... The guys who play with me regularly, HJ and KZ and Pilot, they know, KZ particularly, knows, like, how much I love the editing process. It's like my favourite. It's my favourite part of the job. Not everybody else. Most people hate it, but it's my favourite part of the job. I enjoy editing more than I do playing to actually capture the video. But yeah, with that being out of the way, it's, you know, I figured I'd just come in and play some Red Dead 2, you know, just to chill out a bit. Since it's one of my two, you know, still, you know, undecided, but one of my two favourite games of all time. Own it on 2 platforms, and you still play it every now and again. Cool. I've actually I played it all the way through once. Yeah, I played it all the way through once. Oh, there we go. We've got 1 daily. See, look, lost my gold multiplier. I mean, I did anyway, because after a month of keeping my thing up, it resets. After 28 days, it resets anyway. So we're back to lowly scum levels of gold now. Valentine, anybody who plays Red Dead Redemption Online, it's a different animal from Red Dead Redemption, although on the Series X, it looks almost as pretty as the single player. Not quite. Let's be honest, but almost. Catch a smallmouth bass because you don't want to. Thank you, HJ. Look at it. Look at him. You're a star. Look at that. Bless him. The reason I love HJ doing that's such a nice thing, buddy, is because today I told HJ something that, you know, I'm not going to share with everybody else here, but now I'm trying to hold B to get off my horse. That's Valhalla damage. I knew this game inside out, but that's Valhalla damage there. Here you go, Dave. Oh, there's a collectible around here somewhere. Here, have a brush, buddy. It's cool. You chill out. What do you plan on reviewing next? If you just told everyone I had to take the dog. I haven't. I've actually, for the first time, I think for the first time since 2018, I've honestly got absolutely no idea what I'm going to review next. There's... one of the problems, like, the channel is not doing well at the moment. Like, for the first time, this is all right. I'll share with you, I guess. Yeah, what I was told HJ earlier on. For the first time in years, this month, I will not get a payout from YouTube. And bear in mind, this is a big part of my income, YouTube. Oh, stop it with your Valhalla controls. There it is. Out of the way. Up, up. Oh, for God's sake. No. What? Come on. There we go. You would not climb. Yes, so the channel is currently broke. So I am actually going to have to transfer money from my other bank account across to the channel's bank account so that I can actually afford to pay my Game Pass this month. Consequently, I cannot buy any of the games that are out this month. But I don't even know what... I mean, Subnautica... Below Zero, I guess, maybe. But other than that, it's not really anything particularly that's catching my attention. I guess Just Die Already if I get some codes from our good friend Fran. Fran. Not gonna lie, that breaks my heart a little. Just doing my bit, buddy. Much love, my friend. I know, buddy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's actually the 15th, so that might actually make the difference. But yeah, so the channel's not doing as well, but, you know, that is my fault, largely. It's largely because one of the main reasons, you know, no big problem with it. One of the main reasons is because life is slowly returning to normal. So I've predicted, I've been talking to Roxy about this as well, and I've talked to KZ and Pilot about it before, that people are going to get a much bigger sort of slump. I don't know why I've come in here. I'm supposed to go in a shop. Let me go in the gunsmith. I predicted a bigger slump than normal, actually, because everybody's been stuck inside for the last year and a bit, right? So once lockdown eases pretty much everywhere, honestly, I think we're going to see one of the biggest slumps in YouTube views that we've seen in years, because even people who normally watch YouTube are going to want... They're going to be... I predict there's a few of them that's going to be going outside going... Clouds! And this is the last thing they're going to want to do.
Wow, been a while since you've been back, hasn't it? So, what are you aiming for today?
I don't know. It's been about 2 weeks, I reckon. Clean some guns for me or something, will you? Yeah, clean that.
Bet
Clean
that
it
piece
up.
could use a personal touch now that you've had it for some time.
What do you mean, could use a personal touch? What? Does it not look like it's had a personal touch? Ooh, that needs a clean. Yikes.
There just ain't no wind to find two.
All major countries are going to experience a second roaring 20s. Yeah, clean that up for me. I do it myself, but I can't be bothered, honestly. Yeah, so I think actually everybody's going to be maintain
that peace more often.
Everyone's going to experience, all YouTube channels are going to, and like Twitch and stuff like that, are going to experience a bit of a slump. But also, you know, it's largely my fault because I've been doing...
You'll be sorry you didn't buy it.
You know, I've been doing a lot of Let's Plays and stuff like that. I've gotten bogged down with streaming, which is another thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about soon when I've chatted it through with... I had a long chat with Roxy about it the other day. I asked if she wanted to message a chat, and we chatted, and I had a long chat with her about... The reason I usually speak to Roxy first about these things is because of all my sort of online friends. Roxy is the only one that I'm aware of that has had the same sort of experience that I have on YouTube. In other words, she like me has been on YouTube for well over a decade, on several different channels, experimenting with different things, and tweaking different bits here and there, and trying different things. And as she puts it, throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So we've both had that same experience. So she and I have like a proper YouTuber's like long road that we've been down. We've been doing this, both of us, for over a decade, and and both of us only in 2018 finally started to see success, both at more or less the same time. We both started to take off. So yeah, we have a lot of the same experiences with content creation, so which is why, but I've chatted to her about streaming the other day, and I'm going to chat to the guys about it a bit, and then because I'm going to take a couple of days off now. Right, where should we go? What other dailies we got? No, half the population, Group A, are going to go nuts and go to every shop and pub 24/7, and the other half will be avoiding Group A. That is actually pretty good. Evening all the people. I think Amki's only sort of half there because she's gotten a little bit far behind with her work as well, so she's only half in, half out. Unless I actually say her name so that she'll read the thing. What other dailies we got? So, yeah, I might actually play the Flame in the Flood on stream anyway at some point, just because it's a little bit of a fun a very artsy, a very a lovely sort of art style to it, and it's a fun, short little survival game. It's well worth a play. Let's go kill some alligators. That's easy. Oh, canned food, right? Smallmouth bass, right? Okay, so HJ wants me to catch a smallmouth bass. Let's. Smallmouth bass. Cattail Pond, maybe. No, I don't want to go to the Elimination Series. Barrow Lagoon, that's up at Lake Isabella. We don't want to go there. Calumet Ravine, maybe. Okay, what other dailies have we got for the other trades? I've only looked at the general ones. Lemoyne, okay. Reinforced lasso, yeah. Eagle Eye, that's probably not going to happen. Not 3 of them, anyway. Money made from trading. Oh, that should be quite easy today, because I think... Are we still in the week where we're getting trader bonuses? I think we are. Resupply completed with 5 minutes left. Small animal carcasses, right. Bird eggs, coins, and fossils. Drunken player interaction. But no, I don't get that. Naturalist, animal sound. I don't usually bother with the naturalist one now. I haven't had it for that long. Partner. Let's eat some canned food. Yeah, so I've got to get back on track with the channel and start to focus, back on what I was planning to do with it. And also get the Sleepless Night channel back up and running, because I don't have I don't have any treasure maps. What's that one? I'm part of Group C, the group serving Group A, and at the shops. You still have the option of trying PS4 exclusives if you have to pass this way. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did say this month, if we're going back that way this month, I'll try to remember to drop by. Assuming you haven't found, you know, what we've talked about before, Gigs. But yeah, thanks, buddy. I don't know how I'd make it all work with the capture either, so it'll probably take me a while to get around to that. But yeah, we'll get back on track. I'm not, you know, like I said, I've been doing, you know, I've been making content on YouTube for almost 14 years now, so it's we'll get it back. I'm not too worried about that. What I am worried about is just wandering around aimlessly because I can't focus. Where's the camp, anyway? Where's Cribs? Oh, down in Lemoyne. Oh, that's handy. There you go, Emerald Ranch. We go back there. Do a couple of bounties in Rhodes, maybe, and Saint Denis. Where there are gators we've got to catch, so we'll go... Where am I going to catch a smallmouth bass? Is it river? Lake? Come on, fishermen out there. Geggs and Baron, help me out. Can't wait for the video of SK trying to plug the PS4 amid his current setup. Honestly, I don't even know where I would put it. Never mind wiring it all up. I don't even know where it would stand. I haven't got a clue. You can't see what I'm looking at, but trust me, it's a mess. It'll be an R-rated video. Yeah, what I was saying earlier on to HJ, yeah, you know, you've played with me often enough, so you know, like, why my horses are named Dave and Tim. Because so many people take it too seriously. It's like, you know, you get them calling it Shadowfax and things like that. It's like, oh, really? Come on, guys. It's just... So I tend to give my mounts in games, like, the most ordinary sounding names that I can possibly come up with. Say what? Who? Where? Them is US Wars, but I tried lake or pond. Yeah, that's what I figured, but... I know I can catch largemouth bass from here, because I've done it before, but not being much of an angler, you know, how it is. It's not really my deal. Just decide. Just pick something. Just go right. I'm going back to the camp. And in fact, I'm going to fast travel to the camp. I just give mine pun names. Like mayo. I'm feeling quite stupid. What is that mayo? No, oh God! Oh my God! All right, thanks, Spiff. Yeah, it took me a minute, but I got there. That's the only one I've ever used, mayo, right? Yeah, because mayonnaise, yeah. It took me a minute. I was like, mayonnaise. Oh, yeah. It took me a minute. I'm sorry, but... okay, I already did that. Let's... Crips! Get off. Stop doing the Valhalla controls. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, so we need to hunt a bunch of stuff for Crips first. Stop. Feel like doing a Khan moment. Valhalla! It's not great. Go on, Dave. Let's go. Did that say small animal carcasses? Or medium? Small. Right, okay. Small animal carcasses, it is. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Shut up, Crips. Ah, red squirrel. There we go. That's what we're after. Can you update the field guide for a red squirrel I haven't even shot? No, stop tracking it. I can never be bothered to get off my horse to hunt stuff. I just can't. I just shoot pretty much everything from the horse. I think that's one. What was the other thing? Were they both the same? Oh, they were. Ooh, don't run over the carcass. Small. So if you don't know, in this, small is anything you can pick up and just put in your bag. Medium carcasses are the ones that you can hang on the side of the horse. And large ones are... Basically, the large ones come in two categories, or seem to. So basically, they're the ones that you can sling over the horse's ass there. Or, in some cases, they're ones you can't move, so you just have to skin them, like gators. Well, not all gators. Some gators you can actually pick up. But tiny little animals running around everywhere, but obviously they're extremely tiny, so spotting them. Like bunnies, like a rabbit, that won't count as a small animal carcass. That's a medium one. And that's a bunny and a fox. Bunny! Run, rabbit, run, run, run. Al Capone, yeah. That's... I hope you're all pleased with yourselves. Have you seen what's happened to my Discord lately? I know it's my own fault. People are just doing it to wind me up. Dear, dear, dear. Whitetail deer. What is that? That's a bunny rabbit, isn't it? Yep. Run, rabbit, run, fox. Oh, it's coyote. Coyote! I don't really like straying too far from the camp if I'm only getting small animal carcasses. There's not a lot of point. This is... Oh, no. Oh, no, wait. No, wait. Right. 1 star. Rabbit. Dear. No. That one. God damn. It was only the other day that KZ made a pun in his Discord. Are they ravens or ducks? Raven. Oh, sparrow. There we go. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. I love how no matter how far away these birds are, they drop pretty much. Whenever you shoot a bird, it drops pretty much right at your feet almost every time. But they're so small. Finding the damn thing. There we go. Finding the damn things is not easy. And he's not going to be able to do a lot with this anyway, so I'm going to hunt some deer, I think. As well, and we'll get these as we go along. We'll get the dailies as we go along. Oh my god, I can't see this sparrow. Yep, there we go. Come along, Dave. Oh, we should probably... Let's... I need canned food. 23 cans of pizza. I think I can afford to eat one of those. How have I ended up with 23 cans of... Oh, no, it's... Right, yeah, okay. No, that's pineapples. They're just... Yeah, it's just the canned food. Baked beans. Immediately after peaches. That's probably not... Look at it! Look! Litter bug. Honestly. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. Brandy. To get rid of some of these half-drunk bottles of brandy and stuff. There we go. There you go. Knock that back, buddy. To go with your peaches and beans. Yummy. I like rarely ever drink this. Nah. Really canned fish or something? No, really? Okay, that's weird. Ooh, and a horse. Oops, I think I accidentally just drank some brandy. Or something. There you go, Dave. Stop shitting. I can shit every 38 seconds. I rarely ever feed you. That's your carrot for the next week. Oh, let's go back to... let's go back to Cripps. And give him this stuff so he can actually make something. There's not a lot in my bag there, really, but... Oh, hello. Oh. Missed that bunny. I missed that bunny. I loved that bunny. Had to kill it for its own good. No, you've set him off now. Hope you're pleased with yourselves.
Supplies are starting to run low, just so you know.
Got a gator tooth still from someone.
This is good quality.
It is, yes. I can't speak for the birds, but...
Very nice. Good stuff.
Right, get on with it then. Do things. I'll go and get you some more stuff. Don't worry, I'll be right back. Okay. Big gun time. Wild turkeys couldn't tear me away. Coyote. Oh crap! Got all those fucking... God damn it. I'm sorry, birds. It's for the scientific experiment. What was that? I didn't even look what that was. I am just the worst kind of cedar waxwing. Okay. Quick question. Do you get all the money from super chats and super stickers? That's a good question. I doubt it, is the answer. I very, very seriously doubt it. I've never checked, honestly. I don't... It's not really even listed separately in my AdSense account. It's just listed along with everything else. So I don't know. But I very seriously doubt it. YouTube take quite a chunk. YouTube and Twitch, both. Oh, 3-star deer. No, that's 2-star. Where's that one gone? Come on. Oh, God damn it. Well, there goes that. Never mind. That's what you get. Oh, it's toggle the scope. Scope's always a pain. That is the one problem, shooting everything from your horse, of course. Did actually get 3 stars off that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yes. Okay. There you go, Dave. I don't think so, Dave. Bits you get like 90% and subs. Yeah, subs you're gonna get half. I've actually still got. I don't know. You might know the answer to this, Spiff. I don't think I can do this without actually cancelling my Twitch account. But since I left streaming on Twitch, I've still got money there, but it's only half the payout threshold, so I can't. And because I don't stream there anymore, and everybody's cancelled it, I can't get that. I can't retrieve that money, or I can't figure out a way to retrieve that money from Twitch. Though I don't plan to stream on Twitch again. But you know, I do want to keep my account just in case I do, and of course to watch like you and HJ and KZ and everybody else. But I don't need to take this off my horse. I don't know why I'm doing that. I just walk up to the table, but so I can't get. Amki said. She said, could we not put in the extra money like as subs or whatever? Or bits to retrieve that money out, but then you'd lose half of what you've put in, making it a bit useless. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain.
Supplies are running down fast.
I know that. Will you shut up? I haven't been in here for 2 weeks or so. What do you want? You need to calm down and stop moving the cam. Hogs. Stop pressing B to get off your horse. This is... Thing is with a boar, you can't tell which end's which unless you get up close. Oh, great. Thanks, guys. Where'd he go? Where's that damn pig? Everybody's riding fast. These are the little subtle things I always liked about Red Dead. Everybody rides faster when it rains. Everybody's riding faster to get out of the rain. I love that. You know, it's not much, but, you know, little things. These little minds. I will leave this area shut shortly. Turkey? Is it? Yep. Nope. It's gone. Well, now I've come with that, Dave. Couldn't hurt to email. Yeah, let me check. I think there's actually an amount of time where they might just pay it out after a while. I can't remember when I stopped streaming on Twitch. Stayed was like my last sub because like Stayed just would not stop sending me money. It's like, can you look, Stayed? I don't stream on Twitch anymore for months. Stop sending me money. bit of overkill that for a tiny fox. I don't think there's going to be much left of its carcass. It's definitely not going to be a 2-star anymore. But, you know, whatever. Oh, it is. Okay. Poor little fox. Harriet is not going to be happy with me. Fortunately, I don't really care what Harriet thinks. Right, let's... No, too far away. Oh, that's a raven. Oh, it's a bat! Oh! It's a bat. It's a little brown bat. Oh, there it is. That's not a little bat, it's enormous. There is nothing little about that bat. You're going to make me fire up Red Dead. I bought it on PS4 when it came out, but I delayed playing because my son needed my attention. Looks like it's time. Have you... Are you talking about Red Dead Online, Vlad? Or just... Are you talking about Red Dead in general? Because Red Dead Redemption single-player campaign is one of the greatest games ever made. It's just... It's absolutely remarkable. Is Britain still in the EU? No. It is not. Unfortunately not. Not for several weeks now. I've really got to get these small animal carcasses, though, because this is driving me nuts. I don't want to keep doing this all night. Let's go and get some bounties. Let's go shoot some people. People? 2-star. 3-star white-tailed deer. Where's he gone? Wait. On the run through the mist. Why is there a rainbow at night? Honestly. Yep, correct. We are populated by stupids. Oh, shit. Come on, Dave. We got to run back now, because I forgot. I'd already got a large animal on the back of the horse. So now I've got to run back to Crips. Hoping he doesn't move the camp by the time I get there, which he has a habit of doing. Yeah, no, yeah. HJ's, yeah, we're currently threatening to... yeah. The single player, I don't play much online because of in real life responsibilities, except Monster Hunter. I mean, Red Dead Online is great. There's not a lot of content in it, but because Rockstar creates such a beautiful lived-in world when they make their games, I honestly, even though there's not a great deal, you know, I mean, there's a lot to do when you first come into Red Dead Online, but after a while, you're just doing the same thing over and over again like this, right? But I don't mind, because it's just one of those games that's so beautiful to be in. I like playing it anyway. But the single player is definitely, like I said, I always have a difficulty deciding whether it's Red Dead 2 single player or Elite Dangerous that is my favorite game of all time. But definitely they are my two favorite video games of all time. So yeah, you know, you just, so the online is great when you first get into it. If you don't like this kind of world, it gets dull kind of quick, I guess. I do, so I can just keep coming back in here every now and again. I'll walk away from Red Dead and not play it for months at a time, and then all of a sudden I'll be back and I'll play it for a while. As I say, I was keeping up my dailies by coming in here regularly, and then I just stopped because I just needed to get on with. Well, like I said, it resets after 28 days anyway, so that was pointless. But I needed to get that Valhalla review out. That was important. So yeah, I'm not going to make a habit of this because I've done Red Dead 2 to death on the channel. Like I made there's like 150,000 views I think on the ultimate review of my Red Dead Ultimate review. I made the complete set of legendary animal hunts in Red Dead 2. I like a bunch of the stranger missions. I did a few just wandering around. I did some gold treasure map collectibles in the single player. I played it to death. On the channel, there was well over a year of Red Dead Redemption content, but I've never put any online content on the channel. I don't really plan to. This is just a one-off because I couldn't decide what to play today. Alex, I think, is... Hello, Alex, by the way. Alex is playing Red Dead 2 on his channel. I don't think online, but he's playing the single player on the channel at the moment. How far am I off that small animals one? 3. He doesn't need a resupply because he won't need one till he gets up to 100. Then I'm going to have to do the delivery first anyway. Okay, let's go to... let's go to Rhodes and do a bounty hunt. I think Cripps has got enough there now to get him up to 100. So that I can complete my delivery. Maybe. Let's find him one more large animal carcass and he should be good. Or whatever that is. Is it a turkey? Oh, that's a raccoon. What is that? Oh, put it away, you stupid idiot. Too late. Too late. Oh, it's another raccoon. You completed the latest Outlaw Pass. I haven't bought that one. But yeah, Vlad, was it Vlad that was talking? Yes, it was, yeah. With your endorsement, I will put it next on my list. But yeah, the single player, I honestly think it's... I would describe it, in my opinion, as the greatest RPG of all time. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's incredible. Like, absolutely everything about it is just amazing to me. I know there are lots of people that say, the missions are too linear in usual Rockstar way. And that's true. Have I just stowed that on my horse when I'm stood right there? Right there, look. You stood right there. You couldn't even be bothered. Just give him that. Pretty sure, yeah. He only got 6. Yeah, he's got enough. He's got enough now to get me to 100. And then I'll go and do that, and then I'll do a resupply. Because once he gets up to every 25, I'll need a resupply every 25. We could probably just do it in one go if I bought the large delivery wagon, which I've avoided doing until now. I think I've got enough to buy that. Right, let's go Rhodes and hunt some humans. Chevron, how you doing, buddy? How are you? Have you been in Chevron's one of my shipbreaker mates. He's one of the few in my community to have found me through Shipbreaker, which is great. That is easily one of my favorite games currently since it released. It's like almost a year since that came out now on early access, and I still love that game. It's fantastic. It's my pet peeve with Rockstar games. On a mission, stray 2 meters from the preset path fail. Yeah, I get it, but like, I mean, it's such a beautiful, like, and this is not single player. This is online, but the single player of Red Dead is just incredible. Absolutely fantastic story, brilliant acting, some of the best voiceover I've heard in a game. Fantastic score, beautiful scenery. The mocap in this alone is absolutely astounding. It's so smooth and lifelike and believable. It's just the whole world is incredible. Yeah, of 2020, absolutely. Yeah, I would say I didn't say so. I didn't make a video because I didn't really, I had lots of other stuff going on at the time, and I was going through a bit of a YouTube slump. So I didn't do a Game of the Year for 2020. And on top of that, Shipbreaker's still in early access. So I'm kind of... but yeah, for me, Shipbreaker's my favourite game of 2020. That was my Game of the Year. Absolutely. In fact, game of the last 2 or 3. Since Red Dead, it's probably my favourite game since Red Dead Redemption. Well, the horse movement in this is just... Even the horse movement. When you compare this, right? Look, when you compare the movement of these horses to something like Valhalla, right? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's ridiculous. It doesn't even compare. Valhalla's just crap compared. But as I said in today's review, when you push out that many games, when you push out games as often as Ubisoft push out Assassin's Creed games, you can't expect this kind of quality. Rockstar take 8, 9, sometimes 10 years, at least 8 or 9 years to push out a game like this. So you can't expect Ubisoft to do the same. You're buying a different product, and you know that. Welcome to Rhodes. Evening. No. Or Roach. I DM'd you on Discord about the Twitch payout stuff, by the way. Oh, right, okay. Oh, cheers, Spiff. YouTube takes 30%. Right. That must be of all payments. I have looked into this before, but my mind's like a sieve, so I can't hold on to that information. Let's go get... Oh, I hate that. You see? No. Okay. Let's go get him. Thanks, Spiff. I appreciate that. Horses turn like the evergreen. Ever given. Yeah. Go to the camp. This might be a Dead-eye one. I hate those. Yeah, thanks, Spiff. I appreciate that. Never got beyond Act 2, and yet managed to keep myself spoiler-free from the ending of Red Dead 2. Okay, good. Right, everybody, shh. I'm looking at you, Alex. Yeah, just... no spoilers for Chevron. I can't believe that. I actually had... Me and Roxy were, when this game first released, I think within a week of this game being released, Roxy and I both playing through it. And somebody who used to be kind of a part of our community, but now is not, and I'm kind of worried about him. I hope he's all right, actually. Only a young kid, but somebody tagged us in a spoiler on Twitter. Like, tagged us in a spoiler, both of us. Like, what? Who does that? So, you know, so you're tagged, and so you read through it, and even if you just glance, you already know. So basically, you pretty much know the ending. And I was not happy about that. Roxy was incensed, but I wasn't. I was not pleased. You know, I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for this game 8 or 9 years, and this. I mean, poor kid. You know, he was only a kid, but I hope he's okay. I didn't expect that battle with zombie Nazi aliens at the end. Need my ears for other things, so I might not react to much, but I am lurking. Okay, Spiff. Also, second and last peep with Red Dead 2. I prefer keyboard as I'm useless with the controller aiming. I know I've said this before, Chevron. I don't know how much detail I've actually gone into. I actually bought this. So I bought this. I don't know if you can see that. I bought this, the Razer V2 thing. Whatever it's called. Tartarus V2, right? I bought this specifically for Shipbreaker. But even then, this bridge is not high enough. That's as high as it goes, and it's not high enough. It needs to be about there for me. I might try adjusting it and putting something in the bottom, but it's not quite high enough because, like, I actually have since I was 18, I've suffered with psoriatic arthritis. So I have these little injections I have to give myself every couple of weeks, and as a result, I get like I can't use keyboard for very long. I just can't. It just like it really, really, really does my hands in. I hate it. I need something to sort of wrap and be comfortable. I really struggle with keyboards, so I got this specifically. But even this doesn't really help enough. So I don't know. I have come up with a couple of ideas, but I've never seen them anywhere that people could do to help people like me. But I've never seen them. Not what I was looking at. HJ won't be hammering anyone. I took notes from that one guy today, but I will remember. Well, will I remember by tomorrow? What? Screwed up in Hearts of Iron 4, so I'm going to get some practice in an AoE 2 before I get hammered by Roxy and Maple. Wish RDR2 had gyro on PS4 though. More than welcome to join me in the practice. Yeah, it's not that I would prefer, especially in Shipbreaker, because, like, I was okay, like, when I was doing the weekly race in Shipbreaker. Sorry, I don't mean to exclude the people from the chat, by the way. I know most of you don't play Shipbreaker, so you don't know, so that when I'm talking to Chevron about Shipbreaker. The weekly race, for those of you who don't know, Shipbreaker introduced a competitive aspect in the weekly race where basically you're breaking down ships to maximize value in the shortest amount of time. And I think the best I did, I think I came like number 14 in the world at one point. You know, it's not as big a game as like RDR2, so that's a subjective kind of, that's a relative kind of figure, you know. But yeah, but then they introduced demo charges, and that basically had gone beyond all the controls that are available on a regular controller. So then what happened was that they came in with a wheel, and in the weekly race you're talking about seconds and sometimes fractions of seconds to place above somebody else. So, well, no, fractions of seconds is a bit of a stretch, but seconds at least. A second would make a difference. So when you're having to hold down something now to select it in a wheel, where you've got a hotkey, if you have the keyboard, that makes a difference, and you're no longer competitive anymore. I mean, the mouse movement enough. The mouse movement alone is a bit of a problem. Right, now on these, I quite often end up shooting the bounty target. I haven't got to take one in, like, without killing anybody today or anything, have I? No. I have not. Okay. You did. You did. You did. Oh shit, now they're all getting mixed up. Where is he going? He's gone. He's riding off. There we go. Alright, where'd he go?
You're gonna beat your maker.
Is that right? Have a nice time, boys. Oh shit, I just killed the bounty. The bounty went back to the camp. Where's he going? I just shot him now, didn't I? No, he's still alive. Was the one with a bolus? I don't think so. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo, doodly-doo. Where you going, buddy? Come back. Hey, buddy. Where you going? Don't run away. We can't have that. Me and Dave will take you for a bit of a drag. No. I better bring him in alive. Come on. What the shit? Got away. Wriggled free. Well, we can't have that now, can we? Come on, buddy. Up you get. Put you on the back of the horse. There you go. Let's go! Love the shipbreaker poster, by the way. Oh yeah. I couldn't find one of those because, as I'm sure you know, they're still not. As far as I know, they're still not doing any shipbreaker merch at the moment. Shit.
I hope you're making your peace.
Asshole. Yeah, they're still not doing any merch, so I had to have that made. I bought RDR2 twice, first on PS4, then on PC. I did buy it on PC, but I got it refunded because I bought it the day it released on PC, and my PC isn't really up to playing it with anything like the kind of quality that you can on the Xbox, not on the Xbox One X, which is what I had at the time. I got a Series X now. So for God's sake, give it up, boys. Give it up, fellers. God damn. Become a bit of a chunk eating all that. Oh, I've got to eat canned food as well, haven't I? Okay. Wonder how it runs on PS5. Alright. I would so buy that hoodie that the devs wear. I know! I keep asking him about that. I keep contacting him on Twitter and stuff, and I've asked him. I've said, look, when are you gonna get together? Because I want one of those hoodies. Yeah, I want one of those hoodies that the devs wear. Oh, fecking train. Get out of the way, stupid train. He hasn't made a peep. He's been very quiet, this fella. Normally they're mouthing off a bit by now. Those of you who played Red Dead 2 single player but aren't too familiar with Red Dead Online, most players who keep to themselves and mind their own business, like myself, dread coming into Valentine, or at least there's like, you go in with a bit of a heavy heart because it happens in a lot of places, but Valentine in the online it's the place where the trolls go to just kill everybody in town and wait till you come in and then shoot you, so they'll shoot at absolutely anybody. So if you're going to ride into a town and found it littered with dead bodies, this is where that's going to happen. Usually. You know, sometimes roads, but Valentine almost always. SK has skillfully avoided the fishing challenge. Oh no, I'm going to do it. I'll do the fishing challenge. Let's, but while we're here, let's get another one of these bounties done. Which apparently I can't. There we go. Ronnie Murray. Ganking Central, yes, absolutely. Valentine is definitely it's the place where people just go to shoot up the town and everybody in it. I don't really know why that is. Why they focus on Valentine, I don't really know, but it seems to be the place. Like I said, it does happen. You know, it happens in Blackwater sometimes, and Tumbleweed, and Armadillo, and it does happen in Rhodes quite often. But Valentine seems to be, as you say, ganking central. I don't have many issues in Valentine. Well, you wouldn't. Now, Alex doesn't have many issues in Valentine. Probably, I would say Alex probably perks him up when he sees he's getting shot at in Valentine, because I don't know. I mean, I've got a ridiculous amount of hours in on Red Dead 2 single player, but I don't know anybody else personally. I don't personally know anybody else that's got more hours in Red Dead Online than Alex. Alex he's a little bit like me, but like even more extreme. I'm a little bit single-minded, or I was until I started running the channel. I was a little bit single-minded about video games, in that once I started playing one, that's all I would play for quite some time.
Back there. Move.
Why not?
You ain't supposed to be here.
I can be wherever I want, buddy. It's you bad guys who shouldn't be on the road.
I'm already.
Right, this is where I've got to be a little bit careful not to shoot the bounty target. There we go. Right, now we've got to see which one of these chaps is the one I'm after. Is it you? Nope.
Shit.
Okay.
It's them.
It's the other fella. Let's go get him. Hello! Oops. Sorry. I've been looking for you. Please come with me.
I ain't staying for this.
I don't see how you got a lot of choice, buddy.
Oh, Lord. Why are you doing
Take it to
this?
hell, you dumb hick.
Son of a bitch!
That shot in the leg seemed to kill him. It was unusual, but there you go. Alright. Let's take him back to Valentine. That was nice and quick. I really need to make gold on Xbox.
Oh, hell.
Very rich on PlayStation. Now where they come. Come on.
God protect me. Son of a bitch.
Shot through the head, and you're to blame. It used to be that griefers would harass people going to the butchers. Yeah. I know.
You're gonna get it!
The first player I killed in this ever was in the very early days of Red Dead Online. I was playing with KZ, and we hadn't played it that much. And we came in, and we were in Blackwater actually, and he was he at the butchers? He might. I know. I think he'd just coming out of the tailor in Black. Yeah, so on that same street, right? And we're just coming out of the tailor in Blackwater. And somebody was like walking up, and they were doing emotes to him and stuff like that. And now I've played enough Sea of Thieves over the years to know when you get a friendly sort of player popping emotes to you in the middle of the street, like you've got about a 60-70% chance that that person is going to shoot you in the face any second now. So I was watching, and I thought, yeah, I don't trust. And KZ goes, oh, he's all right. And yeah, he shot KZ in the face and then ran straight past me. So I took a couple of pot shots and finally took him off his horse with the rifle. And the second time was here in Valentine, of course, and I just ran around shooting everybody with a shotgun after they'd taken a couple of shots at us.
Good business. Damn good business.
When you plopped him on your shoulder, a hat fell off. The detail in this game is just insane. I love things like when it's raining, everybody rides faster. When it's raining, to get out of the rain, everybody rides faster. You know what, Dave? Let's treat you to a. Before we go and do some fishing, let's treat you to a. Yeah, the detail in this is mental. It's just the attention to the detail that they've paid. There you go. There you go, Dave. Feel better, buddy? Make you want to play again now. Yeah, like I said, the single player of it is just is mental. It's like there's nothing like it, I don't think. Right, let's pick up a pond. Will we head towards? Oh, Star Trek. Where did that come from? I don't even know. No idea why. I don't know why I started whistling that. Smallmouth bass. So let's. Let's head to the fast travel point. Whoop. We'll be lurking while I make some order in this room. All right, buddy. Lurk away. BRB. Okay, Gigs. Let's go back to... Let's go to Le Gras and shoot this gator for the daily, and then we'll find the pond on the way back between there and... What else do I need to go to Saint Denis for? I don't think there's anything. Unless that guy is called Smallmouth Bass. No. Let's find a gator. That's going to be really difficult. You ever need to shoot like a big game animal in this for any kind of challenge? Like you just come, like or retrieve big. No, I'm not, Harriet. Shut up. Or retrieve, like, if you need to find big game meat or to take the teeth of a deadly predator or anything like that, there's just no point going anywhere else but to the swamps of Le Gras and the sort of north of Saint Denis, Blue Water Marsh and places like that. Because gators are just everywhere. They'd litter. Look at them. They just litter this whole area. There's not even any point taking a 2-star. You just ride around and find a 3. That's the same one. That's a 2-star. But don't get too close to him with your horse, because I've been thrown off my horse many a time. But, well, you know, because, of course, they're very, very well camouflaged creatures. And quite often I'll just ride somewhat kind of haphazardly around. Oh, there's one. There's a 3-star. How many gators are between me and him that Dave is going to get scared by? Snake. We don't like snakes either. Don't care for snakes, do you, Dave? Yeah, he's like wickering or whatever they call it. Shoot this gator in the face. There you go. Got my daily challenge for that. That's probably the easiest challenge ever. Like, it's not... Killing a gator in this, not terribly difficult. and that like there's no way you're ever gonna run. You're ever gonna run out of them. You're not gonna ever find them. A Bard's Crossing. Okay. Far and away. If I'm whistling something, it's almost always going to be from a movie. But I do it so often, I can't work out what I'm... Hey, little frog! Bard's Crossing. Where's Bard's Crossing, buddy? You're going to have to remind me. I don't know where that is. Is a gator with 3 stars, though. That one was a gator with 3 stars, yeah. Because I've been told you only shoot those. That's not strictly true, no. It's just on that one particular day that I was watching me, I had to find 3-star gators. It was shut up. There you go, on your way. I took from Jeremy Clarkson and named my horses Burger and Tesco, respectively. Heartlands. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Bard's Crossing. Oh, there. Okay. Ah. Yep, okay, I see. Let's do that then. Do I need anything else here? Oh, we're going by the camp if I go that way. So that's good. I'll drop this gator skin. Drop off this gator skin on the way. Big railway bridge, yeah. Got it, buddy. Thank you. North side of the river, under the bridge. Smallmouth bass. Nope. Thought there was something there, but no. But no. Right. Smallmouthed bass. Base.
That's sheriff.
Sorry. You should have named the horse Findus. I don't generally give my animals pun names, I just give them really boring ones because everybody else calls them like Shadowbeard and all that kind of crap. Wraith Walker. Like, it's just horse in a game, guys. You need to calm down. So to counteract that phenomenon, I give my horses really dull, boring names. I do my part. It's for the greater good. The greater good. I've just ridden right past my camp, haven't I? Shit. Dumbass. Never mind. If I see Gus anywhere along the way, I'll sell him this. He'd give me more for it than Crips would anyway. I don't. Although Crips, I need to go and do a delivery now. Although I haven't gotten a notification saying he stopped production yet, which is weird, because he had like, maybe I did and I just didn't notice it. That must have gone past because he was at like 94. He should easily have finished those other 6 by now. He'll have run out of animals. He'll have run out of supplies. And he'll have no more room, because he can only hold 100 before I have to make a delivery. So there's no way he can't be ready for that by this point. Boom, 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 boom. Whee! I was wondering earlier on, actually, whether I was going to stream at all today, since it seems like Amki and I got a mild case of food poisoning. Oh, wait. Flower. There it is. It's a wildflower. Chocolate daisy. Come on, mate. On your way. There's a good lad.
Darn kid.
God, bloody horse taking a shit again. Jesus, Dave. I've only given you a carrot in the last 3 days. Not really pun, just a crispy pancake scandal. When I was a kid, like, I haven't eaten like a Finder's crispy. I'm pleased to say, actually, that I haven't eaten a crispy pancake in a long time. But when I was a kid, we used to eat them. I can't remember, like, when I was a kid, there was like two different flavors of these Finder's crispy pancakes. I have eaten one since, and it did immediately make me wonder why on earth I used to eat these things. How can I ever have thought they were tasty? But, you know, your taste buds aren't that refined when you're a kid, are they really? So, how often do you come back to stuff you haven't eaten since you were a kid and go, mmm? And like, whoop. Another chocolate daisy. Yeah, how many times do you come back to something you used to love when you were a kid and go, oh, I used to love those? Yeah, you shouldn't do it. It's like meeting your heroes. You just don't. There should be a rule or something. Don't do it. Don't. If you haven't eaten any of your favourite foods from being a kid since you were a kid, probably don't, because you'll just ruin it. Not that Finder's crispy pancakes were, anyway, my favourite food, but I used to quite like them when I was a nipper. I have the same experience in regards to turkey Twizzlers. Oh, something's going to kick off there. Something's going to kick off. Let's go and hang out on the little sandbar in the middle. There we go. Nice day for fishing, ain't it? Boo doo be doo doo. River lore. Haven't I got a better one than that? I don't have a spec. No, I guess no. River lore. We'll have to do. That'll have to do. Perhaps they changed the recipe for beef. They were advertised all the time in the 80s. Yeah, yeah, they were. Yeah, in the 80s they definitely were. I don't remember whether they were in the 90s or not. I don't know, but in the 80s definitely. Shit. Fish over there, look. That's enough of them. There's enough. How many of these have I got to catch? I know HJ only wants me to catch one, but while I'm here, I'm doing something that I normally can't be. Like, my favourite thing that I saw a flowchart a while ago by someone. Dickheads. Yeah, I saw a flowchart a while ago Someone has said, "Is your video game any good? Does it have does it have a fishing minigame?" Yes. No. Yes. It's good. No. It's shit. And that was it. That was end of flowchart. But I don't feel the same way about fishing minigames that most people do. Probably because I don't feel the same way about fishing that a lot of people do. I'm not a fan. My father used to take me when I was a kid. And I honestly thought, like, this is the most mind-numbing pastime. But that's me, you know. No, not dissing anybody who loves fishing. You know, Gegs, Baron, you're welcome to you. It's just not for me. Hey, Gator, how you doing? 3, yeah, 3 sounds about right. How you doing, buddy? There we go. What have we got there? Steelhead trout. Might as well keep it. Where did you say, Alex? Right under the bridge? No. Oh, shit. Didn't actually mean to do that. You said north side of the river, didn't you? Under the bridge. Let's reset the cast. That side of the river. Right, okay, under the bridge, right. I fish and can't get into any fishing games. Everyone loves a fishing minigame. Your father also decapitated a fox with a shovel. Why? Yeah. That's... He was certainly a fan of hunting in all its forms, usually shooting things. I can't say I was ever... Why have I wandered past, like, under the bridge? Alex said, didn't he? I've done it again, look. I was never a fan of hunting and killing stuff quite as much as I think he wanted me to be. Put your gun away, buddy. There we go. Nice to be here. I was out when I got the notification and wanted to come say, hey, great to see you on Red Dead. I need to finish. Like, this is shocking to me. The number of people who've started Red Dead 2 but haven't finished it. Like, this is, I know I'm, it's just my opinion, but in my opinion, it's the greatest RPG, at least, ever made. I mean, this is online, which is, not up to the same level. It's still great, but it's not up to the same level as, Can you get off? Play this with KZ more often than anybody else. And KZ quite often wants to go and fish. Not really my... I'm all right with it for, like, 5 minutes. And if we're just going to chat about stuff, which, when KZ and I chat about stuff, as I'm sure most of you can guess, is mostly just me talking a lot. But yeah, we'll come and fish when we're doing that, but... Come on. My friend spoiled it. Oh, well, don't... We've got someone in the chat who still, after all this time... That's a largemouth bass. I'm starting to wonder if Alex was trolling me. Yeah, I don't... There's... We're keeping spoilers to an absolute... not even a minimum. We're just not giving them out, because there is actually, believe it or not, someone in the chat, one of my shipbreaker community, who is who still hasn't had the end of the single player game spoiled somehow. I mean, frankly, I probably would have had it spoiled anyway, because there were so many people. Because scrolling, being on YouTube is like part of my job. And it's... So, you can't avoid people who put spoilers in thumbnails. I mean, that's just evil, isn't it? Why would you do that? I mean, those people, there's a special level of hell reserved for those people. Largemouth bass. Yeah. Go right. From where I am now? Okay. Totally not a spoiler spreader. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I mean, ordinarily, I try to be a bit careful to a point. Once a game's been out a couple of years, I don't normally bother too much. But yeah. But I was saying earlier, like Roxy and I, when we played this for about a week, and somebody that was part of our Kingdom Come Deliverance community, somebody tagged both of us in a spoiler on Twitter when we were only like a few hours into playing the game. It had been out about a week, and neither one of us was more than about 5 or 6 hours in. And he tagged both of us in a spoiler, like. Luke. You remember Luke? Alex probably remembers. Try up the river on the river bend. Just, you can't say that. Anybody playing with me, you can't say that. Because either me or KZ, one of us will go, just around the river bend. You can't not. It's like, is this online? This is online. WC. Welcome. Yes, this is online. Yep, this is online. I've never played the online on stream before. I do play it from time to time by myself and with some buddies, but never played on. I actually never played Red Dead. I don't think I've ever played Red Dead, single player or online on stream. Just because I did it to death on the channel in regular videos when it came out. Like, I spent a year making Red Dead Redemption videos, so I just never kind of felt the need to come back to it. Oh. Whee. I'll tell you what, I'm not catching 3. HJ wanted me to catch 1. That's it. Come on. There we go. Largemouth bass again, that isn't it? Yeah. Well, I'll have plenty of stuff for the butcher. Okay. You're in the wrong place. I missed RDR2. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. I enjoyed the first one. The first one was just brilliant. That's why I was so excited when this one came out. But this is, like I said many times tonight, I know it's only my opinion, but like, this is, put the goddamn gun away. This is, in my opinion, the greatest single-player RPG ever made. It's just, there. Where am I trying? Oh, up at this riverbend here, up just there. Okay. Let's give it a go. One of my buddies donated money in super chat and asked me to HJ. I don't know if he's still in the chat. Asked me to catch a smallmouth bass, which I wasn't gonna, because he knew I didn't want to do it. But he knows that I'm quite happy to do those sort of things if I'm set a challenge. But especially, somebody just shot a moose. Let me just nip in here a second, see if there are any collectibles. Get off the fence, Dave. Off on one in there. Nope. Apparently it is before the first one. Yes. It's a prequel to the first one. So Marston is in this. Oh, look, Madame Nazar. Well, since I'm riding by, you can tell me how you don't trust me and all that kind of crap.
I hear tell of your good deeds, but you do not fool me. Have a look. Have a look.
Yes. Don't I always? Chill out, lady.
What have you found?
Oh, I got a bunch of stuff for you, apparently. Well, loads. Look at that. Didn't know I had that much stuff.
But it's worth selling these as a set.
As a set, yes, I know. I don't care. Life is too short to collect these in sets. I'm not doing... No.
Done. But the whole set is worth your while.
I know. Moose stew. Best use crickets as bait. For smallmouth bass. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. So that you don't... Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. Good call, Alex. Good call.
Done. But the whole set is worth your while. Very well. I pay more for the whole set.
I should have some. It's a long time since I used those as bait in this, but wow, I've actually got like a ton of stuff to sell you, lady.
Mundane, but I will take it. Charming but commonplace. Quite mundane, but I will take it. Not a bad find.
Yeah, it is. It's a prequel to Red Dead Redemption. Marston. Oh shit! Stupid idiot. Marston is in it. Just the entire world is just beautifully crafted, absolutely incredibly built. And the only complaints anybody ever seems to have to me about Red Dead Redemption, they're valid, but they don't bother me at all because I don't mind that sort of thing, or that the missions are just too linear in Rockstar games, which is, it's a Rockstar thing. So yeah, it's a valid complaint if that sort of thing bothers you, but it doesn't bother me at all because I just honestly, I like the free roam stuff between the missions, like in Kingdom Come Deliverance and pretty much any RPG is the free roam stuff between the missions that I like. I'm not bothered about if the missions are linear. The story, the thing that a lot of people seem to miss, I think, is it depends what you play a game for, right? Now, she's going to scare all the fish away. Look, that racket. Obviously gameplay is a big concern for most people, but I love a game with a fantastic story. It depends what mood I'm in, what sort of game I want to play, but I love a game with a fantastic story. And in order to make really, really, truly well fleshed out characters with really first-rate voice acting and motion capture, and to tell a really first-class story, you need it to be linear to a certain extent, because otherwise you need to get every actor to say 1,000,000 lines apiece, and eventually that kind of feeling, the character and everything from it goes. When you're on a time constraint and you're trying to build a game and you've got that many VOs coming in to the mic, you just flush them through as fast as you can and get them out the door. That's why that's why the voice acting in Rockstar games and in games like Kingdom Come Deliverance, for example, that's why the voice acting is so much better in those than it is in games like Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout. The reason is because those are much more open-ended games. I mean, firstly, they're made in like about half the time, but they're much more open-ended games. And I don't understand why there is this misunderstanding about this in the games world, why people just don't seem to get this. If you want a really, really beautifully well-made, well-told, well-acted, well-performed story that really grips and that you're really invested in, you need to do away, for the most part, you need to do away with character customization, because the point is that you're telling the story of that person. So you can't just be whoever you want to be. And the other thing is that you need to do away with open-ended missions to some extent. Not completely, but you need to do away with open-ended missions to some extent, because otherwise you end up in the situation that people like Bethesda are in, where the story that they're telling is mostly in like found material, as in books and notes and all that kind of stuff. But if you're going to tell a really fleshed out, broadly cinematic, well-acted, well-voiced story, you need that. You need it to be linear, because otherwise there are you can diverge in too many places from what that character's going to say, and then you've got a million lines that you need each VO to record, which puts you under not only budgetary constraints but time constraints, which means you have to limit the budget in terms of what level of voiceover you can get. You have to limit the time. I mean, I'm a voiceover artist, so I understand a lot of this to some extent, but you have to limit the time that you've got. So you can't afford to do 15 takes of the same thing. You can't afford to get, like, I mean, a lot of the time Bethesda don't even give their voiceover actors any context for the lines that they're saying. So that's why a lot of them, you know, like Farengar Secret Fire, who's my least favorite, my love-hate with like, off to a bleak falls barrow with you. And it's just, he's got no context. There was no feeling. It was probably being rushed through, because that's what Bethesda do for the most part. So, you know, if you make a game more open-ended, you're going to get a poorer story, and it's not going to be as well told. If it's linear, it's going to upset the people who don't like linear missions, but you'll get a better story out of it, and it'll be much, much more well-told story. Woda! How you doing, buddy? Welcome. We haven't seen you in here for a while, I don't think. How are you? Okay, let's give this a go. Don't know what we've got over there, like perch or something. Oh, and I'm still using that river lore. Or I didn't put any lore on there. Wait. I didn't put any goddamn lore on, did I, this time? Oh, I did. Have I got any crickets? Crickets. There we go. Dwight! How you doing, buddy? Welcome, my friend. You at work today, or are you at home? 100% agree. You need to play The Last of Us, God of War. Single-player narratives are what Sony do well. Yeah, I just don't understand why. And there are, you know, I can tell from the comments that I get, hundreds and hundreds of comments that I've gotten on my reviews, that there is this opinion that like a lot of gamers just don't seem to oh shit, no. A lot of gamers just don't seem to understand. Yeah, keep the pickerel. Yeah. Which is this? Nor. When did Among Trees go first person? No, I checked up on Among Trees because our good friend Charles. It's been a while. I was talking to Amki about this yesterday or today. I can't remember. It's been a long time since Charles had an outing, so I checked up on what the status is of the update, and they actually about a month ago left something in their Discord saying we haven't forgotten, we aren't leaving this game behind, we are still working on an update, but it's taking longer than expected. So when that's going to drop, I don't know, but when it does, I'll make another couple of videos with Charles. I'm home, but I have some friends over helping me redo my guest room. Well, say hi to all your friends, and good luck with your makeover. Guest room makeover. Yeah, I just don't get why I've had this discussion. Well, in the early days it was an argument, but you kind of become numb to comments like that online, and eventually you just go, whatever. Thanks for watching. With people that go, oh, the missions are linear, I don't understand. It's like, well, because they concentrate on story, and they tell stories really well. And if you're going to do that really well and get really good performances, you know, you need to... You need to limit what you can do to a certain extent. Smallmouth bass. 1. Right, I will. Let's try to get 3. But if I get 2 more fish that aren't a smallmouth bass, I'm done. Let's try to get 3. Let's give HJ his money's worth. Nope. Shit. Oh, crap. Did I get him? Wasn't concentrating there. I was reading the... Did clean my fingers of the spackle before touching the keyboard. Not that you need to know that, but I just like saying spackle. Yeah. Is that like... I'm always curious about what spackle is. Is that what we call polyfiller here? Rock bass, yeah. Probably because the people who bought this mostly wanted to just shoot people and rob trains and banks. Yeah, I know. Oh, but you can! You can do those things. You don't need to, like, you know, once you've done the story missions, you don't need the story missions to rob trains and banks. You can still do that. And you don't get as much from them when you do that, you know, outside, like from robbing trains. There's not a lot of money to be had from it, and you can't do it in online, but yes. What, honey? Because the Swedish word is also spackle. Oh, is it? If polyfillers like spackle, then yes. Well, thanks, Troy. That's very helpful. But spelt spackel, which is probably how you pronounce it as well, isn't it? Spackel. There we go. What have we got? Well, this is the last chance. If this one is not a smallmouth bass, we are done. We're leaving it at 1 smallmouth bass. But I'm pretty sure there's a C. Okay. So yeah, it's what you used to fill holes and cracks in walls. Right, okay. Okay. I always wondered. What the shit is this? See? It's a great word. Yeah. Smallmouth bass. All right, we keep going. What we need, like, 2 fish in a row, like, more than 2 fish. So 3 fish in a row that aren't a smallmouth bass, and I quit. But otherwise, we'll keep going till we get this last one, so that HJ gets his money's worth. Bless his little heart. You got 1. I'm happy. No, dude. Not good enough. That was a really shit cast. Oh, no, it wasn't as bad as I thought. There's a bait on that. Yes. I'd like a pre-prequel of Red Dead where the West isn't quite done yet. I was talking to Pilot and KZ about this when we were playing RDO about 3 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And we were talking about Black Belle in Red Dead 2. And I think, and the gang, so you have to basically associate with, you have to catch up with all the remaining members of her gang, of Black Belle's gang, right? It's the first stranger mission most people will do in Red Dead 2, and it's quite extensive. And I was saying to them, I suspect if they're going to do another prequel, then what they're going to do is they're going to go with Black Belle's gang. So all those guys when they were younger. I honestly think that mission might have been a setup for a number 3 Red Dead game. But that's, it's just a theory. Civil War era. That's a nice idea. Come on. Rock bass, is that? What's that? Perch? What is that? What is that? What are you? It's a bluegill. I don't know anything about fish. Love that mission. All the gunslingers are hilariously nuts. Yeah. I think I honestly have always thought since I first did that mission, I kind of feel as though that was a setup for the next Red Dead game. I feel like we'll be going into their gang. Either that, or we'll be going far enough back to Dutch when he was a very young man to find out how he became the way he is. One of those, I think. Okay, honey?
I don't even have battery power to last me 2 hours.
Well, but that's the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. Just what happens. Muskets might be a bit slow for some. No, I got one more shot. If a bass doesn't come out, if smallmouth bass doesn't come out this time, then 2 is all we're getting. That would be an excellent setting. I'm amazed they haven't made a game about COVID yet. Yeah, there is a game about COVID, yeah. Yeah, you can find actually 2... If you're only looking for sort of small indie devs, like people who've made it as a bit of a laugh, there are quite a few. Red Dead 3, Dutch gets dementia. What do you mean, gets? I think the interesting thing about doing... I mean, I still go with my theory that I think they're going to go with Black Belle and her gang. Because I honestly think there's no coincidence that was one of the most extensive missions, stranger missions, in Red Dead 2. Like, it went on for the longest. But also that there were so many of them, and they were talking about their past and their history, and like we'd never heard of this gang, or at least Arthur had never heard of this gang. No, that's a little pickerel. We're done. We're done. Keep it. We're going to need to go see a butcher. But having said that, what I like about the idea of it being some Dutch when he was a young man is that it's always one of the best things you can do. It shows a real talented storyteller who can take a character that you kind of have been taught not to like, and make them likable. like make it a bit sad, the sort of route that they took with their life. You know, and so that would be an interesting way to go with it, I think. Love a game about the native versus the conquistadors. I don't think Rockstar are going to do that. I think that's probably... You're probably going a little bit far back there. Although, what would have been interesting about that is because there's a big thing about, you know, how the horse is a sacred animal in Native American culture, but of course during the time of the conquistadors that would not at all have been the case, since there were no horses in North America for, I think, about 30,000 years. There were no horses in North America until Europeans took them there. There just weren't any. There were tens of thousands of years in the past, but... Oh, for God's sake, I wish he'd shut up. I'm done lurking now. Okay, Maple, welcome back. I think that mission was to demonstrate to the player that the Wild West, most people know, was just exaggerated stories in comic books. Maybe, but they've done that to death. I think every movie, like revisionist westerns, have done that. Like none more so than Unforgiven, but like revisionist westerns have done that a lot, and I think Red Dead Redemption did that a lot. And so I think to hammer the point home seems a little bit too far for me. So I wouldn't be surprised, let's put it that way, if that wasn't a setup for a Red Dead 3, I think. But, you know, we're not... By the time we get to Red Dead 3, I'll be... I don't know. I'll be, like, struggling to keep my false teeth in while I'm talking to you all. And you won't want to see that on full-on virtual reality, as it's bound to be at the time. The natives managed to garner the same level of knowledge in a single generation as Europeans did in 1,000 years. Yes. Ultimate weapon, coughing. From the perspective of the natives, we always get it from a Western perspective. Yes! We always get it from a Western perspective, or we always have in the past. I have somewhere in my... I don't know, like, how many... I know I've mentioned this before, and I'm sure HJ knows this, but I don't know how many of you know this, but I have like, a profound interest in the American West. Have done since I was at school. We were part of some weird experiment in history class when I was at school, where they did a year where we could basically pick whatever subject we wanted from this huge list, like 2 or 3 pages just full of subjects. We could pick a subject to study, and this was a trial thing. As far as I know, it didn't go anywhere, and it wasn't there the year after, and I've never heard of it being done since. But there was... So we got to pick what we wanted to study. Everyone could pick. And then they would basically just provide you with the study materials for the subject you'd chosen, and they'd help you along the way and help you find resources to study, and they'd, you know, grade your work according to their whatever they had to mark it by, or whatever knowledge they had of that subject. But I chose, you know, there were all sorts of different things, but I chose the American West. And somewhere in the house, I've got a book called Lakota Noon. If you read that, it's an interesting book, because that's... Lakota Noon is the story of the Battle of Little Bighorn from the natives' perspective. So it's the stories collected from the Native Americans that were there at the time. So it's the Battle of Little Bighorn from the native perspective. However, revisionist Western TV shows and movies have... basically, they have started to give us the stories from the Native Americans' perspective. Something for which I was quite glad until I read, or started to read, some of the books that I'm now reading, which are from people who are basically trying to... The scales have basically been tipped. So we always got the perspective from... We always got the Western perspective on the whole situation. Then revisionist Westerns came along, and all we had then lately was the natives' perspectives. And now the scales are sort of balancing out and saying, well, look, let's tell both sides of this story from the accounts of the people that were all there at the time. And we'll see where, let the chips fall where they may. And although the American government behaved despicably throughout the majority of that time, it is by no means the case that the Native Americans were innocent in all of this. Not at all. But yeah, it's for the most part, yes, blame still falls fairly squarely with the US government. But yeah, the Native Americans have to shoulder an awful lot of the blame for broken treaties. Actually, more than you'd think. More than I thought. More than I realised. But yeah, like they just... Don't get me wrong, I don't think for a second that the US government wouldn't have broken their treaties anyway, eventually. Especially with things like the gold rush, but lots of the treaties made were broken first and foremost by the Native Americans, not by the US government. Who just, like, refused to stop killing settlers and taking all their stuff. But fair enough, it's like, what are you doing? We were here first. Fair play. But it is nice that we now get from both perspectives, which basically, I guess, if you were to break it down to sort of raw numbers, it would come out like something like, 70% of the blame lands with the US government for this. And 10% with let's say 50% of the blame lands with the US government. Another 30% of the blame lands with renegade soldiers, which is actually quite often was what kicked it all off. Not US government policy, but like soldiers that had just gone rogue, which the US government then made it worse by just refusing to condemn their actions. In most cases, not in all, but in most cases. It's like Custer. How on earth Custer was still a fucking soldier at all by the time of the Little Bighorn? I don't know. He was the most insubordinate. Like he just went. Sorry, pardon the pun, not really particularly intended, but he went off the reservation, so to speak, metaphorically off the reservation so many times. Like, it just once completely abandoned and left his men to die because he was jealous that his wife was sleeping with someone else. So he rode halfway across the country with his troop, leaving another detachment cornered by Native Americans that he was supposed to go in and rescue, leaving them all behind to go and catch up with his wife because he was worried she was sleeping with somebody else. The man was a loony. How he was still allowed to be a soldier all that time, I don't know. But anyway, I'm off on a rant, as I usually do get that way. I watched a PBS documentary on Native Americans the other week. It was excellent. That game is not that great. No, I wouldn't have thought so. What else have we got now? What else? What other dailies have we got? Anthony Foreman. Oh, canned foods. We can eat some more canned foods. Let's get that one. Because that's easy, isn't it? Yeah. That certainly is true, HJ. Absolutely. Mordred! How you doing, buddy? Why am I feeding carrots to my horse when I'm supposed to be eating things? Myself. How you doing, Mordred? How are you today? The original Brannigan. Oh, God, yeah. Zap Brannigan. That That's General Custer to it. In fact, I've never seen him so accurately likened to a character as that. That's so well said, that Gigs. Yeah, he was just the Zap Brannigan of the 1870s. George Armstrong Custer. Pissed because he lost his... He got, like, seriously stamped down the ranks after the Civil War. Not because of all the millions of things he regularly did wrong, but just because a lot of officers did. After the Civil War, they got dropped. And they chose to retain, most of them, their brevet, their Civil War rank, or their reserve rank, I suppose you would call it, which in Custer's case was Major General. But in actual fact, he was a Lieutenant Colonel. His actual rank was Lieutenant Colonel when he was killed. What am I doing now? I didn't look at the dailies any further than doing that thing, did I? So, Trader, he must be finished. I've got to go back to Crypts. He's got to be finished with that now. I've got to do that. I'm not doing that. No. Bounty Hunter... What? Oh, the second one was from Valentine. Shit. Right, so I need to go and do another bounty. Then I need to go and do a delivery for Crips. Well, for me. Work for me, Crips, not the other way around. Yeah, I sent wave after wave of my own men at them till they reached their kill limit and shut down. I love Zap. He's so cool. He's a brilliant character. He's absolutely ingenious. Who didn't leave a like? Baron's on it. I am late. Got caught up playing Mass Effect. Yeah, most people, I think, have done by now. I'm not generally one for replaying games that I've played before, even if they've been remastered. I generally don't do that. I don't know why. It's just like it's like reading books. There are so many out there. I don't usually reread a book. It has to be a damn good book for me to reread it. There are one or two that I've read several times, but for the most part, I don't reread books, and I don't replay video games for the same reason. There are too many others. I haven't got I've only got so much time, and if I'm going to play a game, I'd rather it be a game I haven't played. Like I said, occasionally there are exceptions. Like the BioShock series that I replayed again on stream, and that was mainly because I thought it'd be a nice idea to sort of replay them all because they were all on offer. And I remembered how I felt about them when I first played them. Futurama over The Simpsons or Disenchanted? Futurama over either one of those, yeah, absolutely. When the first time Futurama was cancelled, I was really quite upset about that. I don't normally kind of get that way about... Alright, you're only a 1-star, mate. You can go. Go about your business. Move along. Right, Crips.
Business Marky was a piece of cake, didn't I? We are flying high now.
Oh, let's... Where's the goddamn hitching post? Why is the hitching post all the way over here? I mean, what is that about, Crips? I understand you don't really want the horse shitting in the camp, but that's a bit much. Pilot! Can't stay long, they're making me work. And KZ! You're a cowboy, Harry. You just missed like a massive long rant about Custer and the Native American Indian situation, and you missed it. I'm sure you're probably quite pleased about that. But... Right, let's do this. I'm not making this a habit, by the way, this Red Dead Online, guys. That's to the sidekicks I'm talking now, since they all seem to be in the chat. I lied. I have to go walk the puppy, who has too much energy. Have fun, cowboys. Okay, Maple. He's got to have a delivery ready. Yeah, there you go. 100%. Okay. Let's... Ooh, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's get ourselves a big old delivery wagon so we can deliver all of that at the same time. All together.
So, what are you after?
Sunday. Did I ever tell you about the time? Did I ever tell you about the time I were a cowboy with an irritating old pirate who thought he was my business partner, but in actual fact it was just my lackey? Crips outfits. No, I don't care. Give me, I want the large delivery wagon. Buy it.
What a beauty. We'll be able to carry a lot in this one.
Yep, sure will. Can I now deliver all of that at once?
Say the word.
Don't tell me it's gone up to 75, because that would be stupid.
Easy there.
Oh, shut up. Right, Crips. Local delivery value $1,000. Oh, I think we're going to do that.
Just thinking. Have you ever wondered why they call it a building?
Hey, Finn, how you doing, buddy?
Already built?
What a pleasant surprise. My favourite game.
Sorry, too
Yeah?
deep. Anyway, I have some
Quite right. See? Finn knows what he's talking about.
ready for market. Well done, Crips. You're amazing. Why, thank you. And now it's over to you. The buyer's local, so should be an easy enough sale.
Fuck that bottle. That's right, buddy. Pilot. Has he gone already? Is Monday? Do you say Monday was your first day that you're free, buddy? Because I'm going to take, like, after tonight, starting tomorrow, I'm going to take a couple of days off now. that Valhalla review bled me dry a bit, so I'm going to take a couple of days and just play stuff. So you guys are free in the wee small hours. Well, you know, my wee small hours, not yours. I also love that AC review. Right, nicely done. Thank you very much, Finn. Good of you to say so. I did see your comments. I know you commented on a couple of things. Oh, hello. Players up ahead. They're in the middle. Oh, they're killing revenue agents. That's cool. I can let that slide. No worries. To hell with those revenue agents. They can burn in hell.
Easy.
Blue water marsh. Jesus, this is $1,000 worth of goods in one go. I hope. If I get attacked by players now, I'm not going to be impressed. Oh, hello. Somebody's coming. Yep. Here they come.
We gonna burn your
What was that? I'm sorry, it was difficult to understand you with your teeth coming out the back of your hat. Red Dead Online is actually pretty bad. It's not great, but it did not stop me spending 150 hours in it. Yeah, exactly. This is what I was saying earlier on in the stream. Is that just the beauty of the world that they've created allows me to spend like so I can every now and again I'll come back and I'll spend like 2-3 weeks or more just pottering around in Red Dead Online, because you know quite early on in Red Dead Online you've done everything there is to do and you're just basically repeating the same stuff. But that's fine, I don't mind that really, because I love the world that they've built. But the single player certainly is, as I was saying, I've said this several times tonight, but before you came in, Finn, is that up there with Elite Dangerous, Red Dead 2 single player campaign, Elite Dangerous, Red Dead 2 are like, I've never quite made my mind up, but they are my favorite games of all time. And I honestly think that Red Dead 2 is the best single player RPG that has ever been made. Fuckload superior to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that's for damn sure. But, you know, there you go. Speaking of Black Bell, there's a wee little shack. If they destroy your wagon, just disconnect and rejoin. You won't lose your goods. I think that's actually only ever happened to me once, Alex. And it was when I was with KZ and Pilot. There were quite a few swear words uttered, as I recall. It was not a good day for the sidekicks. Poor HJ was asleep in his bed, because, you know. Right. What am I doing now? I want to do something else now. So what was... Oh, I've got to do a resupply now, so I can do that. 5 minutes left. That's usually fairly straightforward. Ooh, and there are probably some wee little crunchy animals around here somewhere. Let's find ourselves some little tiny crunchy animals. There's a frog.
Scram! What's that?
Scram!
Good Lord.
Dave, just chill. Calm down. I needed you guys here early. I remembered it now, but I needed you guys here earlier on because I couldn't. I had work. Yeah, I know that, buddy. No. I know, man. I know. Yeah, I needed KZ and Pilot here earlier on because momentarily I blanked on what my previous horse was called. There's a bit of laughter as to the fact I call my horse Dave. And I was explaining that I tend to do that with animals in video games because I feel that it counteracts the effect of all the people that take video games way too seriously and call their animals stuff like Shadowmere and, you know, Dragon Walker and stuff like that. It's like, get a grip, guys. Really? It's a game. Chill out. All right. Okay. That's new. So yeah, I kind of counteract that by giving them the most boring names I can possibly come up with. Apologies to any Daves out there and Tims. Jesus, Dave, will you stop shitting? You've only eaten a carrot. Oh, it's a bat. Okay. I thought it was a duck. Mainly because it wasn't really flying like a bat. Tim, that's... Yep. Does HJ play this? I did a lot on PS, but Series X is calling the shots at the moment. I don't want to remove the alligator skin. I think I need another one. What? Oops, sorry. It's my bad. Don't pay that. No, mind.
Hello there.
I thought you were a frog. That's a skunk, isn't it? Or is it a... No, it's an opossum. Oh well. It's just sitting there. I know it's not a small animal carcass, but... But, you know. Red Dead Online is currently on Game Pass. Yes, it is. Correct. Go, Dave. I don't think so, Dave. Name that movie. Come on, guys. I don't think so, Dave. It's like talking to myself, really. I have been all over Game Pass recently. Yeah, well, I kind of have to at the moment, so... Oh, what's that? Muskrat. That's like medium carcass, isn't it? I think. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. I kind of hate the fact that it's being sold separately because I don't want anyone remember the game for its online. I know what you mean, buddy. I get that. I do. I don't want people... I know exactly what you mean. You don't want people to judge Red Dead 2 on the online only. Yes, I agree. That would be a crying shame. Come on, there's got to be a tiny weeny critter around here somewhere. No, right, let's go back to camp. Oh god, I guess I'm riding back, aren't I? No, it's not that far. It's not the end of the world, that. Best place for frogs and toads is by that shack on that point. I will pick something. What, by, you mean by in Le Grand? I'm just going to ride back. If I'll find something, I find something. If I don't find something, I don't find something. Go back, take in this stuff, do a supply run, and then we'll be coming up to done. Maybe I can squeeze in that other bounty. Sorry, got called away to help a friend with the room. Don't they know I'm trying to hang out with my YouTube friends? Rude. I know, right, Dwight? People got no respect. What level did I just... I leveled up today, didn't I? What level did I hit? Level... 75. Really? Pfft. Virtual friends before real friends. Pretty sure I'm going to need to clean this rifle. You okay, honey? What are you rendering? Nope. Okay. Oh gosh, no. But they are doing a lot of redecorating work for me at the moment. So I do have to give them token attention every now and again. All I can say, Dwight, is these are really... Like, if your friends are in on this conversation, like, these are really good friends. Like, really good friends.
Oh,
No. I am going back to my camp. I am not removing my perfect alligator skin, which has been on there for about the last hour and a half, just to carry you to the other side of the earth. Oh, hey. Can you give me a lift? My horse just keeled over and died. spent like the last 5 years trying to get my horse to exist without any food, and I just got it done, and the damn fucking thing died. Now, could you take me home? I don't live too far from here. Just live in Tumbleweed. Won't take us but 3/4 of an hour to get there. That's very nice of you, Dwight. Thank you, buddy.
We're ready to go.
Oh, shit. Wait, let me donate all these
Gonna be out
materials.
of supplies before too long.
I know. Here, have a bat.
Very nice.
Make you feel better.
That's top notch. Excellent. Thank you. This is good quality.
It's all right. Right. Oh, shit. Shit. Scheiße. Start a resupply mission.
So the other day, I woke up face down in the mud with no memory of the night before. And my first thought was, what a great evening. But then it came to me, a brainwave. Protection. You help some of the locals deal with the outlaws around here. They pay you with supplies. Everyone feels good about themselves. Genius, right?
Yeah. You just sit there. Don't strain anything, you know. Sit still. Don't help. Move the camp 3 times. Stir your little vat of tanning stuff. Or whatever it is you're doing there. That's the extent of my technical knowledge of that industry. Diddly dump, diddly dump, diddly dump, diddly dump. Hope I didn't shoot one of the homesteaders.
I need help here.
I know.
You should have cooperated.
That, my friend, is what I am here for.
You done, you piece of crap. Killed a lot of them.
Wait, what?
Keep driving them back. Think you're a real mean fella, don't you?
Yes,
I sure
as it happens.
showed up when you did.
Thank you.
Supplies for your troubles.
Thank you. You okay? Pilot does not like being in a wagon while I'm driving. He's not keen. I'm not always watching. I'm like, skunk. I will. No, there's no point trying to read the thing while I'm. Wonder what Riki is up to these days. Oh, hello. Hello, gentlemen. I mean, oh crap. Sorry, I didn't mean to pull out that gun. Sorry, chaps. Slowing you down there, aren't I? There we go. There we go. Let's continue. We've got another 3 minutes, almost, to get this back for that other daily. Nope. No one does, buddy. Well, thanks. How will you never get on the wagon with me? I mean, that might be why, but... Just a hotshot driver there. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I don't really watch where I'm going most of the time.
Nice work.
Yeah, what are we? Yeah, to be honest, my buddy's wife has a great eye for this stuff. And this is her creative outlet. I feel bad for your character if he's sleeping that close to tanning vats. Yeah. Tanning vats. Hate that guy. We're cleaning up now, which means we have to start drinking soon. Nice. So I'm going to chill a bottle of rosé and go sit in the sun for a bit. Oh, the sun, of course, yes. It isn't 20 to midnight where you are, is it? Of course. Give my best to Amki for a quick recovery. There you go. Dwight sends his best.
Thank you, Dwight.
There you go. Thanks for dropping by, Dwight. Always good to see you, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you with us. Right, now... How many of those little tiny weeny things does he still need? One. He needs one small animal. Let's see if we can find a sparrow to shoot out of the sky.
There you are, King.
I must stress, this is not a sentence that I would say in real life, folks. Nobody seems to really mind, for the most part, when... I've noticed a weird phenomenon, though, right? Nobody really generally seems to mind having to kill things kill animals in games, right? The only time when everybody goes batshit is when it's a dog, right? It's still a virtual dog. Why does it deserve to live more than a virtual deer? But, you know, that's just me. Where the feck is my horse? That's the next thing that's going to get shot. He doesn't turn up. He's down here somewhere, isn't he? For God's sake, Dave. Come on, buddy. Stop arsing about. Here he comes. It's got to be about 4 days since I gave you a carrot. Here you go. That's my bad. That's not what I wanted to do. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I know you understand, buddy. Oh, for God's sake. Here, have a carrot. That should sort you out for the next week. Doesn't matter, it's a dog. It's a virtual dog. The same as the virtual deer and the virtual sparrow. Is that a condor? We'll never know. Dogs do not get shot or launched out of cannons. Okay, folks, heading off. Good night. Night, gigs. You mean like when I fed another dog to Mutt on stream? Yeah, look. The thing is, I only have one rule about virtual animals, virtual dogs. Like, is you don't do shit like that while KZ's watching, because you know KZ's just going to lose his mind if you do something like that to a pixelated pooch. So, you know, I've got to figure that you did that. I can't believe for a second you didn't do that accidentally on purpose. Oh, there's never a sparrow to... Oh, there we go. Cardinal. Oh, nope, too far away. There we go. Got it. Gotcha. KZ practically... Yeah, you don't do that while KZ's around. You wait till KZ's gone, then you do that. You know that's going to upset KZ. There was no accidentally. No, I didn't think so. I thought perhaps that was the case, but, you know. Right, so last thing I'm going to do... Back. Hey! Welcome back, Mabel. So last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do another Lemoyne. So I'm going to go into Rhodes and do another bounty. Just to get that those last couple of things.
Supplies
Give him this little
right now.
budgie. There you go. Have a budgie. You're welcome. Took me days. I've been slaving. Brought you back a cardinal. And if you're going to shoot a cardinal, why make it a feathered one? Why not go for the tall variety? Sleepless Night does not advocate the assassination of members of the clergy. Just thought I'd clarify that. Where am I going? Rhodes. And just in case my very dry British humour did not make that clear, that's quite serious. I definitely don't advocate the assassination of any human beings. Even cardinals. D&D sessions always devolve into food discussions. I was inspired to order barbecue and cornbread. We went today to get... we walked with the Nippers to get... Amki had heard about... Because Amki, knows what's going on in the local community to an extent through Facebook. Neither one of us are very social, but I don't pay any attention to stuff that goes on in my local community at all. But she does, and she says, well, you know, during lockdown, there've been the people, they've got, like a food truck, and they come, I don't know if that's, is that their house, I guess?
I guess that's where they live. Yeah.
That must be where they live, but yeah, so on the estate, they have a food truck with a big pizza oven, and so they do, wood-fired, they have a wood-fired pizza oven, and so you go up there and it's all the smells and it's delicious, and and you go up there and everybody's raving about them, and they were okay. I thought they were all right. The pizzas we got, nice fresh pizza out of a wood-fired pizza oven, just walking up the street. They were all right, but that was it. I mean, everybody raving about it online apparently, but I'd not say it was a pizza that I would rave about, but they were all right. And I love pizza. It's pretty much my favourite food in the universe. Food of the gods. What has two butts? I am not even gonna dignify that by reading it out loud, HJ. I refuse. I love you, buddy, but I'm not doing that. That sounds amazing. Oh, the pizza thing. It was okay. It was. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. When I say it was okay, I don't mean it was. I mean it was nice. Nice pizza, very tasty, but not sure I'd rave about it to the extent that I've heard other people are doing. Florian Wraith. Wow. With a name like that, he probably thinks he's going to live forever. He's wrong. Oh, for God's sake, really? I hate that place. Go to the slaughterhouse. It's not ominous at all. I guess after a long lockdown, people are desperate for something new for dinner. That was a good pun. I guess it was. I guess by your usual pun standard, it was all right. But I'm still not reading it out. Oh, that's the breakaway. So we might actually do the Flame in the Flood. Maybe we'll do that on stream. I really wanted to do Subnautica Below Zero, but I don't think that's realistic. Just in terms of finances. I don't think that's realistic. But of course, now we're coming up to June. So we not only will Chivalry 2 release on the 8th of June, which is my little boy's birthday. He'll be 2. But not only does Chivalry 2 release, but we're coming up to June, which means we're coming up to E3. And I am quite excited this year about E3, because there's a couple of things that I fully expect. I predict Starfield will be announced and released in November. I said this to Roxy the other day. By the way, I said this to Roxy the other day. I'm sure most people who follow Bethesda games would have expected the same thing. But I was saying to you, do you remember the Skyrim? I was saying this to the guys as well the other day. Do you remember the Skyrim release announcement? They basically just went, boom, there's a new Elder Scrolls game coming out, like, in a couple of months. They're like, what? So, yeah, they have a habit of doing that. They just, like, you know. But I'm slow today. I couldn't add 16 plus 2 in my head.
Hey, I got no business being here.
Oh, dear.
Heel right now, you hear me?
Oh, crap. I'm getting shot. Just bear with me a second while I kill these chaps. No, I'm not going to do it like that, am I? Did that target... Did he not turn up? Oh, he's legged it. Hello. Come on, Dave. Dave! Oh, for fuck's sake. Now my horse has abandoned me. Come back, you stupid horse. We've got to go catch that fella. Come on, let's go.
You done for, jackass?
Yeah, so I was talking to Roxy about this the other day. Like, we were chatting. We were chatting away. And I said about that. And I like, so the next day, we're also talking about my streaming schedule. And how it's probably going to change very soon. And which I'll discuss with you guys at a later time. But we're talking about that. And how I expected Starfield to release. And the next day...
Shit!
She just put a video up talking about her streaming schedule and how Starfield's probably going to release in November.
Please don't.
I was like, oh, okay. But, you know, I'm sure she's probably planning to say all those things anyway, but
Tie these ropes.
bless her.
Oh, damn it!
To the Saint Denis police station with you, young man. Yeah, like I say, I generally, like, I want to talk to the guys as well about it, but I generally go to Roxy first when I'm curious about something, what I should do about something, simply because, as I said before, we've had the same sort of experience with YouTube. You know, we've both been on here for over a decade trying different things, whereas no other content creator that I personally know has had that experience like I have and like Roxy has. So
hell.
that's generally sort of where I go to. I was kind of curious whether Roxy had... I mean, I'll explain this in more detail to you guys, but I was kind of curious. I asked her because I was kind of curious whether she had a schedule. Because I didn't think she did, and I said, how often do you stream it? But I guessed about once every 2 weeks. She said, well, I guess on average about once every 2 weeks. So I said, thank you, that's what I thought. And she said, well, why do you ask? So I said, well, if you're up for a quick phone chat, I can tell you. And so I did. I discussed it with Roxy, and she sort of stopped me halfway through what I was saying, and came to a conclusion, which is kind of the conclusion I've come to myself, and which will mean that the stream schedule is changing soon. But yeah, she just kind of listened to what I was saying and said, right, wait a second, let me point something out. And she did, and she was quite right. And that was kind of what I was going for, so we will discuss it at a later time. He sure did you a favour running towards sanity. Dave! I've heard Koch Media will be there too. E3? Yes, but... Yes, Koch Media will be there, but I actually just trying to work out whether I can tell you this or not. I can't remember. Like, I am actually under an NDA about one thing, but I don't think that doesn't have anything to do with Deep Silver or Koch Media. I have to check. See, it's that long since I agreed to it. I can't even remember who it was for. But there is something coming with Koch Media. As the larger company, that is, not any specific areas. Or if there are specific areas, we're going to have to wait to find out. But I hope that I can tell you all about whatever that is. I don't know what it is, but I hope I can tell you about whatever it is soon. But the thing is, I'm a bit suspicious of it because quite often they'll make these announcements to content creators and they'll say, right, oh, this thing and that thing. And you get all excited about it, and it turns out to be like, we got a new water cooler in the office. It's like, thanks for that. It's like when NASA make an announcement. I said this to Amki the other day. NASA make an announcement about, she said, Amki says, you seen that they looks like they've spotted something that might be mushrooms. And I said, yeah, because she knows I'm a space nut. I said, yeah, I'll get excited about that when we've got confirmation, because NASA makes a habit of that. They do make a habit of going, we've got an amazing announcement we've seen. Look, we saw a little green gnome running around on the surface of Mars. Turned out to be a bit of dust on the lens, so it's like, no. So I don't generally get excited about those things now. Oh, look. Revenue agents to shoot in the face. That's always fun. Oh, I should probably get a little bit further away, though. First of all, let's make sure we kit it out for this, because as any of you who've played Red Dead Online will know, revenue agents are not your average, ordinary cowboys that can't hit water if they fell out of a boat. These guys can actually kill you quite easily if you're not careful. In this game, yes, I do. Probably because I can murder someone and I get a bounty of about 25 cents. And all I have to do is ride into a post office and pay it off. So it's not that I think that I'm above the law, it's that I think the law in this game is worthless. How's that? Probably a slightly more long-winded answer than you were expecting, but welcome to Night's Arcade. That was easier than it normally is. I normally have a bit of trouble with those. Let's go and see what they got in their pockets. Mushrooms! I think there'll be a new Metro announced, and I'm hoping KCD2 will be just sort of popped on the back end of it. So with regarding Warhorse and KCD and a possible sequel or a possible game that they might be working on, right? And I cannot stress this enough. We don't know what it is. But there's an awful lot of stuff going around regarding Warhorse at the moment. A lot of people being told things and told to do certain things and not to do certain things and not to mention certain things and maybe this is happening. And, you know, there's so much information that we've got leads me very strongly to believe, and others very strongly to believe, that a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 announcement is around the corner. But absolutely nothing is confirmed, and it could just as easily be something completely different. But, you know, it's frustrating because I really want to share with you guys what I know, but I can't do that. So, but I am excited. But I am excited for E3 either way. I'm pretty convinced that they're going to release Starfield they're going to say Starfield's coming in November, just because that tends to be their pattern. That tends to be Bethesda's pattern. They'll announce something at E3 and go, you know, whatever. Far too much stuff going on, far too much merchandise being pushed for there not to be something announced. Remember when they dropped a vague trailer for Elder Scrolls 6 and then said nothing else ever again? I'm excited about Elder Scrolls 6, but I don't think we're going to see that for... What year are we in now? 2021. I don't think we're going to see the Elder Scrolls 6 until 2023 at the absolute earliest. Personally, I don't think we're going to see that for a few years yet. But, like I said, you know, they did the whole thing with when they announced Skyrim. It was just like, boom, we're releasing this in 3 months. Like, okay, where did that come from? So you never know with Bethesda, but my prediction is that they're going to release Starfield in November, I think. But Bethesda, of course, are a whole different animal. I don't have any even remotely inside information about Bethesda at all. None. Like, you know, I'm as clueless as you guys. In fact, you guys probably know more about it than I do. 2024. I would say that's more realistic, I think, but at least not till 2023. I think 2023 is the absolute earliest we could ever expect that game, so I'm not even remotely holding my hopes up for that. But Starfield, I'm pretty sure, is going to be this year. I think they've suddenly gone too quiet about it. Like, you know, not like they were ever laying all their cards on the table at any point. It's not generally the way Bethesda do things, but, you know. It's actually true. There's an interview with Pete Hines and Todd Howard where they said that, well, if Todd Howard says it, how could we possibly doubt him? What possible reason could we have to doubt the great Howard and the things that he claims? He's getting as bad as Peter Molyneux. Peter Molyneux was a nightmare for that. Like, he used to drive me bananas. And the thing is, no matter how many times the stuff that he said was total bullshit, every time he would make another announcement about the new Fable game or whatever it was, I'd get all excited, like, oh, wow, this sounds like it's going to be, like, world-changing, this next game. And then it wasn't. It was just like, oh, it's just more of the same, right? Okay. It just works. Correct. Good old Todd. Probably why they still push Elder Scrolls Online so heavily. I found Elder Scrolls Online, what little I did, and it was very little Elder Scrolls Online I played with KZ. Peter Molyneux enjoyed seeing us in pain. Yes, exactly. It was just like Fable was my life. Yeah, I was so excited about Fable 2 and 3, but more than anything else, Fable 2. I was like super psyched about it and where it was going, and you know, all his promises about this and that and the other, and of course he just no. It dropped off and died almost as fast as Game of Thrones did. Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online, I played it for a little while with KZ. Nah, I didn't really feel it, to be honest. Not at all. Like, Fallout 76, as thin and empty and infuriating as it was, I still think was a better representation of the single-player world that it came from than Elder Scrolls Online was of the world that it came from. Elder Scrolls Online just didn't... It just felt flat and empty, and to me, I didn't enjoy it really much. Fable 2 was excellent. There was just too much problem. Yeah, but that was Peter Molyneux's. You know, that seemed to be his mission statement, like it was up in his wardrobe. Promise more than you can deliver. Like, you know, I mean, and to be frank, at this point, he even still makes Todd Howard look like an amateur when it comes to that. But felt like that Lord of the Rings a lot. I still play ESO occasionally. Too much focus on games as a service. 2 felt so similar with loads of microtransactions. Yeah, I mean, you know, Rockstar do that as well, you know, but in Rockstar's defense, and I know I can hear knives being sharpened as I utter the words in Rockstar's defense, right? But in their defense, Rockstar do actually give you a way to earn the gold, the stuff that you can use to buy these stuff. It does take a long time in some cases, but most of the things that you can buy, like the licenses that you can buy in Red Dead Online with gold, you can buy with gold that you earn. And if you keep coming back for at least a month, they keep multiplying. So your gold that you get from each thing will multiply each up to 28 days, and then they reset it. But yeah, at least you can actually buy like those things in here, and the licenses that you can get in Red Dead Online do help you earn even more gold. So there is that to be said for it, but there are still, like, you know, it's very, very heavy on microtransactions. It doesn't bother me as much as it does other people, simply because I'm a single player gamer first, really. I don't, you know, I play online games much more since I knew like KZ and than I ever really did before. Until I started playing online games with KZ, I played online games very rarely, really. I would play Star Wars Battlefront now and again. And then every now and again I'd play a game that I really wanted to play that I had no option but to play it online. But I wouldn't generally do it for fun. So I've kind of... Sea of Thieves, I think, was like a gateway drug for me for those things, because I just really wanted to play the game, and I loved it so much, and I played it to death for that first year. I loved the game so much that I just kind of then started exploring other things that KZ said, you know, have you tried this, have you tried that? And that led me to start looking at other stuff by myself. But I can honestly say I think if I hadn't started playing with KZ, I don't think I would be playing as much online as I do now. But even now, I try to avoid playing with other people wherever possible. They used to not reset it, and it was earning 5 to 8 gold a day. Yeah, I never actually played it for that long of a run. But now when it resets, I kept it up last month. I kept it up for the whole 28 days. That's the first time I've done that. I think that's the first time I've done that in well over a year. But I kept it up for the whole 28 days. But at the end, just to keep the multiplier up, I was just coming in and doing one mission, so it wasn't really even worth it. But I just got into the habit of it, and then I really had to knuckle down and get this Valhalla thing done. Once I realised that all the videos were corrupted and stuff, that I really had to come down and knuckle down and get that done. So Rockstar make a phenomenal single-player experience too, unlike a few other companies I can think of. Yeah, EA. They really are the kings of microtransactions, aren't they? KZ is a horrible influence for getting people into games and fueling the addiction. Yes, sort of. Yeah, to a certain extent he is. Yes, he's gotten me into a few games, definitely. the thing that where KZ and I kind of go our different ways is that he gets bored of a game in a couple of days. That's it. He gets bored, and that's not to say he never plays it again. He keeps coming round and round and round and round, but he gets bored of a game really fast. Whereas I get into a game and I really love it, and I start to love the world and everything around it, and that's all I want to play. And that's kind of what I do with my spare time. So I think that's where KZ and I do go our separate ways. But since I've actually started discovering more Steam games and PC games since I started requesting keys from developers. Once I started doing that, and they kept slinging at me PC keys, and they're like, well, we don't do Xbox, we don't do this, and they'd give me a PC key, that led me onto Steam, and from there, I kind of just started looking at everything else, which is the point where I'm at now, which is like, I would love to like stream way more games on that I find on Steam than I can on Xbox. Never spent a penny and got all the passes with not too much effort, playing with just one friend. He's a great salesman. He is, yes. He's opened my eyes to survivor games. I love survival games. Like, it's one of my favourite genres, but too many of... Like, I do love survival games. Like, well, I mean, frankly, a lot of my channel in the last year will show you that I love survival games. And I've played my fair share of those with KZ. We played Raft for quite a while. And we played Sea of Thieves together for a long time. Nowadays, I bet I'd never even really mention... The last few months, I've realised I don't even bother mentioning when I've discovered a game on Steam that's great, because KZ's got it. It's almost guaranteed that KZ's already got it. Like, I think he just... I don't know whether he has a thing to his bank account where he just buys every Steam game that ever comes out. But yeah. Console or PC? Weren't you saying PC? I discovered my PC is pretty decent for Green Hell, Cooking Sim, AoE. Just Discord tends to drop me. I think the variety of games that you can get on PC, I think that's the thing. Like, there are the kinds of games on PC and on Steam, in the Steam library, that you really can't find on consoles. What I love about consoles, KZ and I have talked about this before as well, and we kind of love console play for the same reasons, in that you know, you buy a console and you know that any game that comes out for that console in the next 5 years till the next generation of consoles, it's just going to play it. You're not going to have to put it in and go, oh, my specs aren't high enough, I've got to update my GPU, or I need more RAM. You know, you can't. Oh, I can't. This latest game, you're not going to get any of that, right? For all the time of that console generation, any game that comes out for that console, it's just going to play it, and that's that. And that's what I like about consoles. But the variety that you can get on PC games now in Steam is just crazy. But, like I said, the difference between me and KZ is that he will jump from one game to another, to another, to another, to another, whereas I tend to look for a game that I really love, and I just play it relentlessly until I've just bled it dry. And then I get to the point where I've bled it dry, and KZ will go, oh, we haven't played such and such together for a while. Do you want to play that? And I'm like, no, I've just played it to death now. But that's just, you know, we have different play styles. I always feel like Pilot is somewhere between the two of us. And like, he doesn't get bored of games and jump quite as quickly as KZ does, but he's not as obsessive about a game for as long as I am. So there's a certain amount of guesswork that goes on as to what we're going to be able to play together. But it's been good to sort of take a break from playing. It sounds weird, but it's been good to take a break from playing just for play, for the sake of playing. Honey, it is 10 past midnight.
I know.
You are going to be absolutely knackered tomorrow. What do you mean you know? You're going to be exhausted. What are you doing? Just let it render. Can't you just leave it?
Yeah, but
I'm the same way with a lot of games. Normally I play till completion. I don't. I mean, I can kind of get bored of games and wander off, but it takes quite a lot. I have a fairly high boredom threshold, so it takes quite a lot for me to get bored of stuff. Whereas Casey, by his own confession, he always describes it as gamer ADD. He doesn't stick with a game, but he comes back to those games again and again and again. He just kind of gets bored a little bit too quickly for the way I play games, and I'm too obsessive about sticking with a game for the way he plays. So, sometimes that's a bit of a problem. Amki, go to sleep. Chat has spoken, says he. That's HJ. Rust might be a struggle. I can run Green Hell. I can run AoE. I can run Rome too. I'm going to ask a question, HJ. Why? Because I think I've said this to you before. What I'm a bit puzzled by, maybe you just don't think it'll go very well on stream or something. But what of those of us in the community, with the exception of Steel, who I haven't seen in here for ages, but I'm not surprised. This channel, Steel's channel, seems to have just exploded. But I haven't seen Steel in the chat for a while. But with the exception of Steel, you're the one of us that plays like RTS games quite a lot, like a lot more than I do. Homeworld, is about it. Civilization, I'll occasionally play something like that, but Homeworld is generally that's where I end. That's where my love of RTS games begins and ends, really, with a couple of other exceptions. But you play an awful lot of RTS games. I'm just curious as to why you don't do that on stream. Why don't you play those? Since you seem to enjoy those more than others. Tipped him the other day. Oh, Steel? Yeah, yeah. No, I haven't seen him for a while, but I saw his channel. I saw he was live streaming the other day. He gets crazy amounts of people in his live streams. His channel has really taken off. I think because when he started to focus on Hearts of Iron 4, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. I think that's right. When he started to focus on that, he really garnered a following, and he's become a very, very niche channel, and it's really, really paying off for him. So good for him. Good for him, I say. I do enjoy them. Yeah, no, I'm just curious why you don't sort of do more RTS games on stream, because that definitely seems to be something that you love that kind of separates you from the rest of us. In that, we all play them at times, but you seem to enjoy RTS games a lot more, certainly, than I do. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I like survival games. And, generally games that are set in... What did I say? The 3 S's. They're actually 4, aren't they, really? So, sea, sand, space, and sky, I guess. These are my favourites. You set a game in any of those 4 locations, any of those 4 environments: sea, sand, space, or sky. So desert, sea, space, and sky. So I'm not, and people go, well, that's everything. It's like, no, it isn't. Prairie, jungle, like underground caves, and like RPG games. You got dungeon crawlers and but if you give me a survival game, particularly an open world sandbox game or a survival game in any of those 4 environments, and I will take a look at it. In pretty much any of those. I could probably stream AoE 2. Might give it a test at some point. Yeah, I mean, if you don't think it's good for streaming, fair enough. But I was just curious because you do play a lot of them, and none of the rest of us in the community really do. So I just thought, why don't you kind of play a few more of those? Because that definitely would separate you out from the rest of us in what you you're like a bit of a niche. But I'm still not great at that either. You've watched me for a long time, HJ. Before I started streaming, you were watching my channel. Do I play games because I'm great at them? No. I'm okay at Elite Dangerous. I'm used to be very good at Shipbreaker, but I don't know. RTS are very focus intensive. What kind of limits chat interaction? That's true. Yeah. My favorite, survival/building. Yeah, but the thing is, you're absolute. I mean, I think all of us in the community would agree, I think, for the most part, that have watched your channel, KZ, that it's like, if you want to watch someone build, like, you're the man to go to, because, like, you do that like nobody else that I know. The love and intense, the attention to detail, and just the way I don't even have the words to describe how good your building is and why I think it's so great. And I'm a writer, for Christ's sake, so it's not really a good commercial for my writing, is it? What?
Sometimes the community group does this. Somebody says, I'm sharing my abstract painting with you.
Okay. That's nice.
It's like, why?
Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling on here. But yeah, you know, KZ, he's the man you want to watch. But I guess the other thing that I would say, if I was to sort of picture it in my mind and go, well, you know, yeah, if I wanted advice or to watch a stream on maybe like an RTS game, I go to Steel, or I go to HJ. From our little community, I go to HJ, or you know, Steel, who, like I said, I haven't seen him in here for a while because his channel's kind of taken off, so he's really, really busy with that, I know. But if I wanted to watch someone build and show me how to build certain things in a variety of games, then you're the guy I'd go to. But the other thing I'd say about you, KZ, is probably JRPGs. I think you're probably the one in our community that plays those best, I would say. That would be me, because I have no interest in JRPG games whatsoever, none, as you know. But yeah, you know, you've played a lot of those, so I think, you know. Anyway, he's also got a baby on the way too. Oh, Steel? Really? Shit. KZ can visualize a city in a pie. Well, we can, like, look, my imagination, I would stack my imagination up against pretty much everybody's. That's just, like, my imagination is insane, and I think my wife would agree. But visualizing a city in a pile of ashes and actually building it are two different things. I can visualize whatever you want, but KZ can put it together like nobody else that I know. So, yeah. Problem is too much story. Oh, in JRPGs, yeah. And some only have Japanese audio, yeah. Right, anyway, I'm droning on too long, and I've got a couple of other things to do that I need to do. So I'm going to get away. Steele's missus is pregnant. Oh, bless. I'll have to drop by and give him my congratulations. Because, yeah, no, I haven't spoken to him for a while. But yes, thank you very much to everyone who dropped by. I'm rambling on now, and this is turning into just a back and forth chat since I've been away for a week. But thank you to everybody for joining me. Thanks particularly to those of you who've watched and shared and commented on the Ultimate Review today. That was great. I saw the comments that were in there. If you commented on that and I haven't had a chance to answer it, just because I might well have seen it, like Maple, I know you left like a really long comment earlier that I only skimmed through. I haven't just had a chance to sort of go in and glance at it. Oh, though, before I go, I do want to say, you said there was one area of Valhalla that you wish they'd concentrated on. Do you want to? Can you not mention it for spoiler reasons, or? Night, honey. Amki's going to bed.
Hi, guys.
Thank you, Mordred. Great stream as always. No, I want to see if Maple will answer that. But she'll probably answer me in YouTube comments, perhaps. Yes. Yes, you can't mention it for spoiler reasons.
People roaming about the woods.
What does that mean?
Devices lately. Ain't sure what's going on with that.
Ah, right, you didn't mention it for spoiler reasons. Okay, fair enough. No worries. Right, I'll ask you about it, like, in the... If you bury it far enough into the YouTube comments, into the replies, people won't usually look. But I'll ask you about it either there or in Discord or something. But I'm just curious. But anyway, yes. It's where I was born. Ah. Ah. Right, yes, now I understand. Yep. Yes, this has been a fun stream. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, guys, for coming by. I like in the end, I chose Red Dead over the Flame in the Flood just because I can chill in Red Dead Online. I don't really have to think too much, so I can look at except when I'm driving my wagon, I can look at the chat and sort of chat back and forth with you guys, and it's fun and it's nice to sort of chill and relax. So we might do it again at some point. It's not going to be a regular thing, but I might do it again when I need to sort of chill out and just relax. But we might actually do the Flame in the Flood. We might come to that and actually do it because it's not a long game, but it's a lot of fun. It's a fun little tiny. It's like an isometric little survival game. I don't usually like isometric like RPGs and stuff, but little survival games like that are okay. It's quite short. I didn't even die. I don't generally in Red Dead. It's like a second home, comforting and entertaining, a great escape. Yes, quite right. Well, thank you, all of you, for dropping by. I appreciate the support, as always. I will chat to you all in the Discord, which I think everybody here is in the Discord, but if you're not, I'll put the Discord link up, because otherwise Baron will be upset with me. I will be back Wednesday, I think. As I say, I do have a sort of an announcement or something to chat with you guys about with regards to streaming, but I'm going to chat to the sidekicks about it first, and you know, we'll see where we go from there. But thank you very much for dropping by. Until next time, from Night's Arcade, this is Sleepless Night saying nighty-night.